Isaiah 54. All right, Shalom. We want to start off by giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. And we are here another week to the grace and mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai to preach the downfall and destruction of America, Babylon, and Greek, which is the downfall and destruction of wickedness, the downfall and destruction of Edomites, which are the creators and wickedness. Hey, somebody get First Maccabees, okay? Because it tell you basically when the Edomites ruling, right, evil's multiplied on the earth, man. Right? So we talking about the downfall and destruction of wickedness, right? And hey, and a part of that downfall and destruction of wickedness, hey, it goes along with Esau, his whole system, even all of our people that follow after his madness and witchcraft. It's the downfall of all that shit, man. You see, hey, because that's what the real men of the Lord want. We want to see the destruction of evil. We want to see the destruction of wickedness. First Maccabees 1 and boom, go ahead.
This is First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years, then died.
Right, we know Alexander the Great goes back to who? The Edomites, the Idumeans.
And his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so that their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Talking about those 4 generals, okay? But they all go back to Edomites. Okay, so it says, what happened? What multiplied on the earth?
Evils were multiplied on the earth.
Evils multiplied on the earth. Somebody give me Malachi 1 and 4. Because they're the wicked. They're the wicked, man. All right, go ahead, read it.
Malachi 1, you said 1 and 4?
1 and 4.
Malachi 1 and 4. Whether Edom says we are impoverished by we will return and build desolate places, thus saith the Lord of hosts, that shall build what I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever.
You see? Hey, so that's the people, the curse of the Lord's judgment right there. What's that, Isaiah 34? Right? The people that's cursed with judgment, those are the Edomites, the border of wickedness. They said what? They shall build. The Lord said he was going to throw down. So what did Esau build? Hey, this, in their eyes, this glorious kingdom, right? Which we know this kingdom is wickedness. This kingdom is trash. You see, but they built it up. But guess what? The Lord said, I'm going to throw down. You see, which will be the destruction of this place. Right? Now we know that righteousness, the good can't come unless what? The evil that's sown, be what? Overturned, basically. Second Ezra, who got it? Second Ezra 6.
Right, it can't coexist.
Can't coexist, right?
You know, the Most High don't have fellowship with wickedness.
I think 22.
You know, righteousness cannot coexist with wickedness, which goes to show you how them Jewish people, them fake Jews, can't be the people because it's still wicked.
Right, brother. That's right, bro. Second Ezra 6, verse 22, it says, nope. I got the wrong scripture.
You see? Because the prophecies all tie into there being no wickedness on the planet Earth and all nations learning the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So those Khazars can't be the true people of the Bible, man. The true Israelites. Because if they were reestablished in their land, it wouldn't be no more of that. You got it?
Right. Hey, that's right. But what that's you go to Isaiah the 2nd chapter, Micah the 4th chapter, and let you know these things, right? I believe you want to get that here. You want to hear, right? Okay. All right, so this book is 2nd Ezra 4, verse 26. It says, Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmity. But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Right, then cannot it come that's sown with good. Hey, so like the scriptures say, truly thy turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's place. So right now, Esau got everything turned on his head. So the Most High said what? He's going to straighten those crooked paths. He's going to turn the wickedness that's being exalted back on the bottom, and he's going to put righteousness back on top. Because folly is set in great dignity here, man. So this whole thing got to get turned all the way around, and wickedness has to be put out. Okay?
Right, and Esau been given this time to rule. Because it says what? Time and chance happened to them all. You see, so Esau got his time to rule. You see, but it was for a purpose, it was for a reason. To what? To basically kick our ass, okay, to show us how evil is conducted on the earth, show us how our disobedience and basically disrespect to the Heavenly Father of what we did, which led to this, the curses, the punishment, right? All those different things. So when it says Daniel 4 verse 17, it says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the Holy One, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and give it to whoever he will and set up over it the basis of men. So Esau is getting his time to rule. And the basis of men right now, as we see with this Esau, is ruling the earth, ruling over us. Hey, Yasha Allah, the princes of the power, man. Hey, the scripture tells you, it says, I see servants upon horses, right? And basically the princes that's walking on what's that? Ecclesiastes, walking on the ground as servants. Right. So the brother talking about the thing that's flipped upside down, right? Hey, we being a precious people, the holy people, the honorable plant or seed, right? The noble vine, we ain't that no more. You know?
Right. The scriptures talk about how there was a point in time where they would say, look at this wise and understanding nation and have the Most High so near unto them. Not no more.
Yeah.
Now we become a proverb and a byword and a reproach unto all the nations where we're scattered. So we've been completely twisted upside down. You know what I'm saying? All the way upside down. Where we look like we look like the worst of the worst. But in actuality, we're supposed to be a praise in the earth to these nations, man. You know? But right now it's completely upside down.
As a nation, because right now, slowly but surely, what you see us being reawakened. You see? You got the 144,000, the men of the Lord, standing upon their feet. That exceedingly great army. See, so it's all coming back. See, we all coming back. Hey, it says in the land of their captivity, in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves, man.
Yeah, man, the Lord's building a nation. Right, just like it say in the Psalms where it talks about Esau, it says, "Thou thoughtest thou altogether such as one as thee," right? But behold, basically, I'm going to set them in order before your eyes, man. Right, so the Lord is setting up His nation in order, man, starting with the elect.
But it starts with who? The prophets, the priesthood. You see? Go ahead, bring those out, bro. I'll be out.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Oh man, folly is set in great dignity. What folly you got going on now? The BLM movement, right? What is it? June. They labeled the month of June. Well, that goes after Greek and Roman deities anyway, right? But June is what? They dedicated a whole month to fucking abominations, man. And you know what I'm saying? So now I'm watching Hulu. Every commercial coming on, got some abomination being exalted, man. Every single commercial, man. You see? Pushing that madness into our kids' minds. You see, you really even want to let your kids watch TV because the commercials they get is madness. Trannies, man on man, woman on woman, that's madness. You see? But these people are okay. Hey, we're gonna talk about our people first. These people on our side, they're okay with this madness, man. You see? And they get mad at us because we speak out against that madness. But these are the same people that say, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. See? But their concept that who they get that from is the devil. You see? Because the devil allowed his traits of so-called Jesus and God is basically just, it's like a Build-A-Bear. Build them how you want. Build them how you feel. You see? You can disrespect him as much as you want, do whatever you want. He's cool. He's cool. Or he has to be subjected to me. No, the true Heavenly Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? even that's the lineage of Yahushua came out of, because you come from the tribe of Judah, right? You gotta be subjective to them. They're not subjective to you. Hey, what's that, Luke? What's that real quick? Luke 19. Let's see what Yahushua said. Luke 19. What's up, bro? 19 verse 27. This is who he was really called Jesus. What'd you say?
I was just saying, what's up, bro? I see y'all doing that situation. I
There you go, bro. You know you're an Israelite.
Yeah, I already know. Yeah, I already know.
All right. Luke 19 verse 27 says, but those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. You see? So y'all don't want to be subjective under Yahushua. You see? Y'all want to be subjective under who? Esau, Edom, his beast system. Because y'all gonna worship the beast and his image. Because that's what y'all doing now. You see? So that's why Yahushua got to slay y'all. Who had the Zechariah 13 and 8? You got that 13? You hold Zechariah 13 and 8, the 2/3 scripture? Go ahead.
I'm in Zechariah. I got you.
So we were just talking about basically these 2/3 that consent unto this wickedness that's going on, okay? These people. Romans 1:26. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning their lust one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. Okay, and really I want to get to the point. Verse 32 says, knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So like the bro said, you know, there are people that might not even do it for themselves, but they are in agreement with it. And even our women, a lot of times, they actually take pleasure. You can tell by how they interact with gay men. They take pleasure in it. You know, they put their whole heart into the way they speak to them and interact with, oh girl, yeah, come on, B.
You got these homosexual women, man, who are, they're like watching RuPaul drag queen.
Right, yeah.
That's like their favorite TV show.
Be their best friends, man.
All right, I'm going to answer your questions. Let me get this real fast. Proverbs 17 verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination of the Lord. So what that brother just read of, you people that's having pleasure in them that do this wickedness and madness, and then you justify it, and you come out and say, oh no, y'all wrong, right? And y'all want to say y'all are the right ones. Guess what? Y'all both an abomination.
Yeah.
You see, because you're in agreement with them. You're an abomination. And the biggest supporters of the destruction of the men of our nation is our women. But these same women, check the hypocrisy about this. These same women of our nation be on the front lines protesting saying Black Lives Matter.
Oh man,
Or be like where all the real men at.
Yeah, then they say where all the real men at. You supporting the madness that they doing. But then you say Black Lives Matter, which who funds Black Lives Matter? The devil, George Soros. Then who's the head under them? Which I don't know who's the exact head under him, but the basically the people that he got running it is who? 3 lesbian so-called Negro women. You see? And that whole Black Lives Matter agenda is a fraud and a hypocrite agenda to further push that madness of homosexuality, lesbianism. Because now what you see, trans lives matter. All this madness going on.
Right, and see they actually got a meme out where it's an animated picture of this guy walks up to this caricature with BLM on the head of it, right? Then he takes off the mask and it says LGBTQ. Or whatever, however the acronym goes.
Okay. I just want to say this. You feel me? I don't want my name in it. I don't want everything y'all talking about. It's not a reason why I just came over here. I just literally went through the same situation just by going to the hospital or what y'all just speaking on. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this right now. We could try to teach our people as much as we want about our history. We're not worried about history right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. You got everything that you explaining and we talking about is happening as we speak. I just had 5 officers while I'm at the hospital getting checked for cancer, homie. Just tried to manhandle me with 3 officers. 3 of them officers were black. And they was about to let the shit slide if I wasn't an educated black man. But I'm gonna tell you something. We so busy trying to down our people and look for money, look for ways out of our own struggle instead of doing what we need to be doing, which is unifying. We can sit here and teach all we want, but who gonna sit here and grab a pistol if these crackers try to up on us right now?
Right
See,
now?
that's the thing about it. We thought that you understood you was a Hebrew Israelite. If you understand that, hey, this ain't about history. This is about the only way for you to get saved right now. And it ain't to pick up no gun. It's to turn back to the Most High in truth and sincerity. If you think violence is the answer, then let them go get killed then.
No, this is what you're doing.
No,
You're
we're not
taking-
teaching history. We're teaching the future.
You're trying, okay, but we're trying to check each other right now through knowledge. I'm not trying to check you through knowledge. I'm telling you what's happening. You don't have to correct me,
Okay,
boss.
so bro, so what's your solution? What's your angle?
My
What should we do as a people?
My solution,
Yeah, like what should we do as a people?
as of right now,
Right.
team up,
Uh-huh.
start teaching each other how to box, start teaching each other how to hold something. When I said for us to, who's gonna up if it's time for war, is not to say we need to do it with violence. They already prepared for that. And that's what I'm trying to get him to understand and y'all to understand.
He knows.
They already prepared for that. So it ain't gonna be no choice on, okay, if they about violence, then let them get them killed. No, we gotta be prepared for that. That's the only way to survive.
Right.
And we do that against our own. How are we gonna do that against other people if we still got each other? Bro, we treat it like the streets.
Right.
We got so many people chilling with the ops. How we gonna chill with them?
Right. Well, see, but then, so this is our
You feel
solution.
me?
Our solution and prepare is, I ain't gonna say us because it wasn't about the will of us, but through the Heavenly Father, right? Preparing through Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the Heavenly Father, the God's Son. He has what prepared our minds of what is our task, what is our objective to do.
Right.
And what we're sent out here to do is teach and preach our people. Teach and preach to our people of what's to come. Prophecy. Right?
Understood.
So we're trying to give the message and warn our people through, hey, the scripture says that through the terror of the Lord, people persuade men. So
Right.
it might sound a little rough and harsh, but we tell them, look, our people, the so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, if they don't get back in line and repent, return back to the Heavenly Father, the Lord's going to kill
And
them.
there's nothing that you can do to deliver yourself physically. You can train and box. You can be Neo.
Right.
It wouldn't matter.
Right.
And you got to understand this. And see, that's what a lot of our people is going to reject that answer because the answer doesn't sound like what you want.
No,
We're going to tell you
you're
that there's
taking
nothing
it.
physically you can do.
You're taking it as if I'm rejecting. I'm shaking my head no because I agree with
You agree?
exactly what
Okay.
you're saying.
Okay.
But
Your body
again,
language is throwing me off.
this is a situation where it's about who's right and who's wrong. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying at all, boss. You feel me? King, I don't mean to say boss, King, because you feel me?
Right.
But what I'm saying is survival tactics is the only way of survival. When Mansa Musa was alive, or when the Israelites were alive at that time, they had to be prepared for the most, the worst.
Baby, we right here.
That's what I'm saying.
Look,
So
I got a precept for you.
Well, okay, we're going to read that for 1 second. We were prepared, but what happened when Yahweh Shai was telling, or what they call Jesus was telling them, look, hey, y'all about to be overthrown.
no, this is what happened. We'll even go to recent times, and this is not to say that I'm with the situation, but we'll even go to the Black Panthers when the Black Panthers first started. And I know this is you know what I'm saying.
27.
But this is when the Black Panthers started. They hit us where it hurt by saying, okay, we're going to give y'all this pack and we're going to make sure y'all eat with the money part. Money is the only way we can survive. So, of course, that's what they hit us with. They like, oh, okay, we have to.
Oh, you got to get to it. You're all right.
You feel what I'm saying?
You're okay.
They saying the only, like, you know how many of these people, like, bro, I tried to go to a gun range. It's not even in Pittsburgh. I tried to go to a gun range just to get my concealer's license.
Right.
You know how many white people was ready to shoot me just because of that?
Of course. Perpetual hatred.
But this is what I'm saying. These people are going to say, yes, we're sorry. You got some people that's like, okay, well, not all white people are bad. Those are the ones who are, if we can't beat them, then let's join them type of whites. Those are the ones that are doing that. Those are, you know how many brothers I done seen, strong black brothers that's with a white woman, and they gonna act like a puppy for her. I promise you that. I promise you that.
Okay.
But again, our sisters is broke because we were so busy trying to save ourselves and save our foundation that we started doing illegal things that they put in our way to make money the quickest.
Well,
which was
that's true. It's systematic.
exactly. But we were so distraught by, okay, we were so poor for generations and generations. Now we finally have a way to get money, to live, to give our people a better situation. And you know how many people started turning against each other for that?
Of course.
And this is the situation that's going on right now. How many rappers that actually, besides Lil Baby actually went back to his hood and put people on.
He ain't shit.
But I'm gonna tell you something. We saying he ain't shit, but he's the only one that showed that money don't care.
Now,
and it's not because of the fact that he's a rapper. It's not because of,
But okay, now let's say this, right? At the end of the day, he's a nigga.
okay.
And he's not helping our people. Now, let me get a few scriptures so we can break this down. Who got Psalms 127 in there right here? Read that real quick.
Psalms 127 and verse 1.
Before you read that, this is why the Black Panther movement could not stand. Read that.
Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it.
Right, that whole Black Panther movement was labored in vain.
Right.
It wasn't ever built to stand.
But how can we say that it wasn't built to stand?
Read it again.
The only reason it failed. Okay, I see what you're
Because
saying.
it was
It's
set-
an essence behind it.
It was set up to
It was
the
an
Lord for
essence
it to
behind
fail,
it.
Right? Read it again.
Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it.
Right.
Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman walketh but in vain.
Right, you can protect the whole city. You can have watchmen, guard, defense, everything watching over the city.
Right.
But if the Lord wants that city to fail, it's going to fail. Just like, let's go to Black Wall Street, 1921, Tulsa,
That's a fact.
Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
Why did that fail?
You know why?
Because the Lord wanted it to fail.
But
Hey, Shalom. Because the Lord wanted it to fail.
How you doing, brother?
That's why it failed.
Brother.
You see? So, because when people talk about prosperity and all these different things,
Yeah.
we had this and we had that. Well,
Yeah.
why? Because the Lord told us, you come in here for punishment. It was a reminder that you are here for punishment. You are not here to prosper. This ain't your world. So it got to fall. So
all right.
anything that our people got standing, which it may be for a time, the Lord is still going to break it down.
okay.
Right?
Now when we say the Lord,
The Heavenly Father.
we have to understand that the Lord is not an actual person. The Lord is an essence within itself. You get what? It's an essence. It's not an actual person. When we say God, we're not talking about an actual person up on heaven sitting on an actual throne. That's not true.
So now who gave you that information?
It's through energy in itself. This is science. This is science.
Science.
Yes.
Who's behind science?
Who is behind
The
mathematics
science
as
that
well?
we have. We know who the creator of science
Right.
and mathematics. We know we
The
created it
Dogons
as
are the
as the Moors. We created that. But
Right.
the people that control science and all those fields now and push all the pseudoscience and energy out, who gives us that information that we
The
retain?
ones who created it are considered the Dogons. The
Who
Dogons
controls it now?
Dogons are an African tribe that was known to be, and you can look this up. It goes along with everything y'all talking about.
Okay, so Mansa Musa, what nationality was he?
Mansa Musa, I'm not sure of that. I have the
Israelite,
knowledge.
baby. He was an
Okay,
Israelite.
but how did Mansa Musa get to where he was at?
Because the Lord let him get to where he was at.
But how can we say the Lord if you sitting there talking about an actual person? This
Goes
is an
back to
essence we
faith.
all have.
Goes back to faith.
This is an essence we all have. The essence that we call God is scientifically considered consciousness. This is not me teaching anything.
What you're explaining is the breath of the Most High that exists in all creatures. Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
But
Thank you.
the Most High exists. This is
But-
an intelligent design. This ain't something that just randomly happened. How do you
Right.
explain this if it's
Okay.
just an essence?
Okay, scientifically speaking, and I don't know how you're going to interpret it. Scientifically speaking, the universe itself is living and breathing. It is one.
It's living, you're right. It's
Yes,
living.
okay. Every single piece of it is a living piece of the universe. So if you look at the universe is only another definition of God.
Who created the universe?
Exactly. It is itself. God created itself. There is no other explanation for that.
Okay, all right, so let's pull some more scriptures down real fast.
Okay, understood.
Read yours first.
All right, so this is Psalms, 33 and 16. There is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. An horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Behold, the eye of Yahweh is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver the soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. And he's referred to there as his.
Yeah.
not as it's, because an essence is an it, but
Okay.
he is a him.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much for
Most High
saying
is
that,
a
brother.
Man, he's a man of war, is what the scripture says.
No, but you just said it you just said it just now.
Yeah,
It is not considered
in his mercy.
in his mercy, but it's mercy.
No. I said in essence is an it, but he's
Right.
referred to as a him.
Right.
He's given that pronoun
Right.
because he is a male entity.
No, that's
Yeah.
not why, boss.
Okay.
He
But now you add your own interpretation.
No,
because we
I'm
know-
not.
we know
I'm not.
what it said.
when they was referring it to his in that part of time, if you look at the date of the scripture, that was their way of giving the interpretation to others.
No,
No, they got her and she's in there too.
That's what I'm saying. But it was a way of interpretation. It wasn't an actual way of definition, and that's what we do. We look at even the people with the Bible. They look at it and say God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
That's wrong.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The way they push it.
Right, exactly. You get what I'm saying? It's not an actual he because he did not beget or had any children.
Right, but the point of that scripture I read was
Right.
you're not going to be delivered by your own strength, trusting in a horse or a car. That's not going to
Exactly,
save you.
'cause material
Multitudes of armies not going to save you.
Right.
Teaching somebody how to box is not going to save
No,
them.
you know what saves you? Your intention of life. Your intentions is the only thing that saves anybody.
Who got Isaiah 33? Who had it? I see somebody Isaiah 33 and 6. Check this out. Isaiah 33 and 6.
This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Okay, so wisdom and knowledge is the stability of
Of the time, right.
So now what wisdom and knowledge? Because people consider wisdom as learning how, because these different things are good to learn. Like
Right.
learning how to box, that's good.
Yeah.
Right.
Learning how to shoot and all those different things, all that's good.
It's survival tactics.
Survi-
Exactly.
now
Nothing
survival
wrong with that.
tactics is very good because
Right,
we were
right.
never taught survival tactics.
Right,
But
exactly.
the more important survival tactic that you may not accept, that we accept, is the Lord. Because that's all we got.
Right.
Because even if we came together as unity, as one, as a people, as a nation,
Right.
which we're the majority of the earth. These people, let's say all these people came together on the earth, trying to come against Esau. Guess who's going to win?
But
Well, Esau, I mean, the so-called white man, Edomite.
Yeah.
You know why he's going to win? Because he has the blessing of the earth, and he's blessed with the sword, meaning the gun.
He's set up right now to kill and destroy.
He's set up to kill and destroy. So we're trying to overtake him, right?
yeah.
Then the Lord's not Lord. That's not in the Lord's plan. So we're going to fail every time.
Okay.
That's why the scripture say, vengeance shall take
Vengeance
hold
is
on
mine.
seven times Lord.
Right. Absolutely. And one again, you are 100% correct. What I'm saying is we are interpreting the same scriptures from back in those times. All we have to do as people is take the same essence of those words that we are reading and that we see and apply it to what's happening right now, which is what you are doing.
Right.
But again, it also goes with the same it's just like when you have a phone, you get what I'm saying? And you have to update the software.
Update it.
Exactly. All you have to do is update the way that it is viewed, and that changes itself.
Well, what you mean update the way?
Okay, so for example,
I want you to understand.
This is perfect.
What you mean update? I want a little bit.
okay, what I mean by updating is, for example, is there anything in the scripture that speaks of an essence of a person when you shake their hand? When you shake their hand, that there is an essence that goes from one person to the next.
Like energy?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Spiritual warfare.
Thank you. Okay. The same essence that can lead from one person to a next is the same essence that whispers in your ear and tells you to do certain things that you don't want to do.
That's true. But,
Right.
And then
But-
it talks about basically if you're being around somebody, in other words, in the scripture, talk about a person basically being around someone that has a corrupted spirit,
Yeah.
it can rub off on you.
Right.
Basically what you're saying, so that's true. So
Right.
I want to fellowship with my brethren that we all, and scripture says be of the same mind. So I'm gonna
Right.
be with these brothers.
Yeah.
You know, not saying that
Absolutely.
you can't go have a poke out with a family or not, but I'm not gonna have myself around that presence continually where I know it's gonna start to corrupt me.
Okay, and the way that we see corruption, there's no way. Okay, the only way we can see corruption is by the same energy that you just considered angels and demons.
Well,
These
right
are the
here.
same essences.
Right,
When
right.
you see, okay, so for example, with me, Me walking over here, is there any type of essence that you felt that was more or less corrupted? Is there any way, shape, or form?
No, because we didn't speak with you, so we don't know what your spirit was.
Understood.
But we did know it's a collective group that the
Right.
Lord brought you over here.
Right.
For one or two reasons.
Absolutely, right.
To eventually put in your mind for you to repent or more to
Oh,
forget.
brother, this is my thing. I have already repented. I came over here because the same issues that I was talking about my brothers with, I just got off the phone with my little old brother.
Do you know what the word repent means?
Yes, repent means to give yourself up. To give it, okay, repent is another form of, and this is my way of updating, okay? Repenting is another way of admittance. It is
Right.
another way of understanding that, okay, I'm not 100% the person that I thought I was. I'm not 100% the person that I thought was perfect. I'm
Right.
not I have flaws. This is me admitting. And when I admit that and I give that up to the same essence that we are all talking about as God, this is me, and that is a form of repentance. You get what I'm saying?
That's the first part of repentance is admittance.
Okay, so what is
Right.
the second part?
Renewing
Second.
your mind, returning back to the Heavenly Father, and
Okay.
changing from the ways of the corruption of life that you used to live. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right? Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Right.
So for us to be, kings and priests, we must know the man. We must know the scriptures. And say, okay, how are we going to conduct ourselves? How are we going to? We got to have rules and guidelines and instructions of how to do things.
Brother,
Right?
Yes, absolutely. And that is exactly what I was saying. And this is to go back to what I was saying earlier. Again, it is nothing wrong with learning. This is knowledge. This is knowledge and wisdom, absolutely. But again, we have to have a balance of both.
We do.
And that's it.
It says use the world and not abuse the world.
Thank you. I just want to shake your hand, brother.
We got the wisdom
Thank
and
you.
knowledge and understanding, right? But we still roam around the world like regular people.
But
But
exactly.
everything we look at, point of view, goes back to this. So a conversation of, let's say you over your cousin's house, right? And let's say they start fighting up weed.
Right.
I'm out, bro. I'm out.
Right.
Because we know that smoking is defiling our temple, so we ain't gonna do that.
Right.
You see?
But there are still
But what?
there are still situations where the powers that be, the same essences that we're speaking of, can trick a person. You might have a certain event that day.
I got something.
Hold up.
Hey, look, we talked about repentance, right? This is the definition from etymology, which is the study of words.
Hold on, let
Let me just read this definition.
I
so
still
we
had
can
it.
understand.
No, I get you. I still had what I was saying.
Okay.
The same powers that be, the same essences can still get a person to, for example, if he had an event that day that brought a lot of stress to him, or if he had an event that day that brought his mind to a certain extent, he could still have that whisper in his ear of, hey, maybe you might need to chill.
No.
Maybe you might need to relax.
I want to touch on that earlier
Okay.
too. There's both sides. Now, when you talk about that spirit, that essence, right, that
Right.
you call it.
Yeah.
You said, okay, when I came up, was there a corrupt essence? We're gonna test that essence out
Okay.
by the scripture. The
Okay.
scripture say, try the spirit by the spirit.
Right.
This book is spirit.
That-
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, yes.
So that's what we're gonna filter it through. That essence may whisper in his ear and say, look, yeah, why don't you just hit that blunt? You've been tired.
Right.
The woman been tripping.
Absolutely.
But then we're gonna go back to the scriptures, which is another spirit, and this is how we get this. Like you filter out sink water, you get all the impurity. This is our filter. So we're
Exactly.
gonna say, you know what? Let me go to my filter. Let me check my dictionary. Oh no, essence. No, essence. The Lord said if I do that, He gonna kick my ass. So I'm not hitting that blunt. I'm out.
Right.
You see? So that should correct you on that. Now repentance. Before you move on.
One second, let me read this real quick. And go ahead. Job 12 verse 16. It says, with him is strength and wisdom, the deceived and the deceiver are his.
See, with the Most High is strength and wisdom. He sent out that deceiving essence, and He sent out that righteous essence.
Right.
He sent it out.
Yeah.
So if you fall for the essence they're trying to trick you,
Thank you.
that was a part of what He had in your story.
Yup.
You see,
Oh, so
that was a part of the story for you.
you also. So let me get this straight. You're referring to predestined. Predestined.
Predestination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Predestination exists.
Now-
we believe in it.
Again,
predestination, ordained. Yep.
Yes, preordainment, right. Now, the things that are preordained, if you was to read in the scriptures that you guys are reading, you brothers are reading, it also shows that it can be altered at any moment. The angels,
Most High knows from the beginning.
no,
Hey, he declared the ending from the beginning.
it can be
so-
altered at any
So,
moment.
wait a minute, because when we go back, it's just like Final Destination, right?
Yeah,
And when someone was about to get killed, they kind of alter the situation, right?
it still winds up being the same. You're right.
Right. That's how it is with the Most High. But his is, if it's set for you to die in this car accident, no, you ain't gonna go to the amusement park and get a roller coaster and fly on the roller coaster.
Right.
You gonna die in a car crash.
Right.
That time, that minute, that
Now you
second.
might be on the roller coaster and fly off, but still survive. Make it back to your car just to get into that car accident. Lord said no, he's getting into a car accident, and he sent the angel down to do it.
But also the deeds, and this, when I say deeds, this is the positive and negative consciousness that we have as people. Your consciousness can alter what your preordainment is, and it's written every single moment.
You can't alter what the Lord set up for you.
But the angels are the ones that record. Am I right or wrong?
The angels are the ones that's doing the movements. Like you're the puppet. The angels are the ones that saying you gonna do this, you gonna do that. Just like you ain't know what you was gonna do today. You ain't know what, but the Lord says what? What's that? Proverbs 20 and 24.
I got it right now.
Who got it? Yeah, read it, bro.
Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord.
Man's goings are the Lord. So you probably say, I'm about to go downtown, meet this little hot shorty, or I'm probably about to go get something to eat, or maybe I'm gonna do this, maybe I'm gonna do that. The Lord said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and walk liberty and sin. You're gonna go down the corner, you're gonna see my man speaking the word.
Yep,
And then he'll make you
absolutely.
stop and go speak to those men.
Yep, absolutely. But you know, I could have also.
No, you couldn't. Read it again.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start over. Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
Go ahead, explain that.
Okay.
How can you understand your own way? What
The
brought you
point, the point of what he's explaining. Hold up. The point of what he's
It's not good,
the
bro.
point of what he's explaining is each person, from what we talking about, the preordainment and all of that, is referring to the same thing. Like the only reason I walk down this way, for example, and this is me explaining it for real. The only reason I walked down this way and I stopped right there and I came across the street was because of the fact of what I heard. This was the spirit that I heard through what you was talking about. Now, the same spirit that we refer to scientifically is also considered vibrations. We know frequency, correct? Okay. So when we all speak, this is actual frequency in form. This is why it's considered to be living. You get what I'm saying? So when I heard righteous brothers across the street talking about the same situation I had just went through, of course I'm gonna come over here and be like, yo, this is amazing. And I'm sitting here screaming and yelling with my brother about the same situations y'all was just talking about.
The Lord made your ear catch.
Say it again.
The Lord
Right.
made your ear catch.
Again, and you 100% correct. But this is what I'm trying to explain. I also had the same instinct to keep walking because I didn't know if I would be heard. This is my thing. Again, we can't change the fact that I came over here.
Okay, because the Lord did.
But I can explain to you with my own witness that I had an option to keep walking.
You thought you had an option.
Again, this is a thought that we can't run back to and change. I can't change it.
I'm telling you, because you thought you had the option, but I'm going over here.
Remember we talked about the two opposing essences.
Right.
That essence is always going to be there to
Thank you.
Hold on,
This
to
is what I'm
divert
saying.
you,
Yes.
To try to divert you.
Yes.
Now, in your mind, you had a choice. But like we just read, and there's another one, the heart of the king is in the hands of the Most High. Can you get that, Prophet Bashar?
Okay.
So there's the illusion of the option, but ultimately, the Almighty, all-powerful, omnipotent, all-knowing knew
Right.
what you were going to do.
Okay.
He knew what you was going to do before
I
you
agree
did it.
with that.
You
I
probably
agree with
thought,
that.
man, I could have did what I want to do. But
Right.
he was like, in the back, he like, nah, brother.
You gonna
was
go over
you
here.
was gonna go over
And either way, that's what I'm saying. I'm not denying that I was still gonna come over here because the pull for me to come over here was way stronger.
Right,
That's
right.
that's what I'm saying.
All right.
But in my mind, and this is what he just explained, in my mind it was feeling like I had the option to keep walking.
Yeah,
and this
I
what
get it, yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? And
I
that's
feel
what
that, yeah.
right. So the same illusion that he's speaking of is the same illusion that we fight on a daily basis.
Spiritual warfare.
Exactly.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
we're about to bring up some scriptures real quick.
All right,
Bring
go
it
ahead,
up.
go ahead.
John, this is the book of John 10. I'm gonna start at verse 27. All right, my phone getting wet. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give unto them eternal life. They shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand." So that goes to show you, no, bro. Once it's set in stone, that's it.
Right.
Hey, and it even says that they were predestination from the foundations of the earth. So the elect were chosen way before any of us, any was even a thought. The elect was there. You got it?
Right.
Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Right.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations. So certain brothers, right, have left off from their different lifestyles they live, entertainers, in the whole entertainment world. We got brothers from all sorts, all walks of life. They said, you know what? Some brothers, top drug dealers, 100 grand. But then they heard the word of the Lord, and it snapped right into them. Oh, this is the truth. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Up the hell with going to school. That shit's out. The hell with following his football career. That shit's out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because the Lord already set up in their spirit what they was going to do. At an age and at a time to say, you know what? I'm going to strike them at this time, and it's just going to be like that. You might go on the internet. Let's say you might try to go see some naked bitches. Right? Right? You trying to go check on some videos, anything. And something pops up on your screen, you see a recommended. Let me see what this is. Woo!
Right.
Recommended. So now you see brothers, what these brothers doing on? What they got on? What they doing? What they talking about? Oh, he's right. Okay. Click on another video. Shit, what? Jesus, what? Nah, what you talking? Look it up on your phone. Oh, he's the dark skinned man.
Black man.
Oh, let me go back on that video. Let me see this some more. So this is why we down in the street. Now you sealed. You like, not still the elect, but it's locked in your mind like, oh no, I'm on this. This is my task. This is what I'm doing.
Right.
You see? And other brothers got testimonies of how it happened.
Right.
Walking past and just different stories.
Right.
But the Lord already locked you in at a certain time.
Right.
It could be tomorrow. It could take a situation to happen. You might, an officer, Lord, when they don't have an officer, they fuck you up. Just for walking down the street.
And that's
And you
exactly
like,
what's about to just
man,
happen.
my brother just told me that Edom would be doing bullshit like this for a reason. They just told me. But
That's-
why? Why is this happening to our people? Or you might just see somebody get gunned down in the street. Damn, why we get killed in the street like that? Why is this going on? Why are we in poverty? Why is this? We can talk about that. But we can literally explain to people of all the things, all the atrocities that these people are going through until this day through the Holy Bible.
And what to do spiritually.
And what
that you may be protected from those things.
There you
that
go.
you may be able to escape those things.
Right.
This is the most important tool that you can use. I got one more precept on predestination.
all right, read that real quick. It's backing you up.
Right. This is Job chapter 33 and verse 14. The most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man.
So even the night before, it's a lot. Even the night before, you're like, I'm gonna get up in the morning, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, right? You get up the next day, Lord put a whole different task in your head.
Right.
Fucking, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. You forget what you thought you was gonna do. The Lord already said, no, you're gonna go do this.
Now, can I explain something? What I got from what he just read, the passage he just read?
Go ahead. Go. You.
Okay. And then I'm gonna leave y'all because I didn't mean to interrupt
go
or
ahead.
you know what I'm saying. The thing that I got from him when he said that God says it once but yet says it twice. You see how, for example, we just felt like it was differences in what we were saying, but as soon as we interpreted and reinstated what we was just saying to each other just now, we understood that we was actually in agreement on certain things, right or wrong.
Certain things, you right, correct?
Okay.
You right.
So That's what I mean. That's what I got from. He said it once, yet said it twice. And this is why I came over here in the first place. We have to update our way of language for the new generations of black brothers to get it.
Right.
And not saying that this is wrong or that there's anything wrong with what you guys are saying, because we agree, even though it's two different perceptions, but it's the same agreement.
So you said update on for people to get it.
No. What I'm saying is like
you mean like speaking language that people can understand.
exactly.
We do.
That's what I'm saying.
And
No,
I'm gonna say
that's 100%
and I'm
correct.
gonna say in certain ways we do it. It just depends how the spirit is. Sometimes the spirit got us calm and collective and
Right.
you know saying it's not. But then sometimes the spirit of the Lord have us to the point where we be like, you niggas better get y'all shit right or I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
some-
You feel me?
Because everyone gets the message differently.
Differently, exactly.
Just like certain people can say a certain thing, it could be one person, you go, okay, he said this. Same person can say the same thing, he said this. Then a third person say something in a way that you understand, you can be like, that's right. But they all said the
Same thing, exactly, bro.
That's what you have in the
Exactly.
scriptures when you go into the prophets.
Mm.
They're all talking about destruction of America, but they got different angles that the Lord gave them about the same thing.
And-
When you go into the New Testament also,
Yeah.
like you got Matthew, you got Mark, you got Luke, they'll say the same thing on the same, they're talking about the same thing on the same account, but then they say it in different words.
Yep.
Exactly.
Now in this scripture,
Because I would say, how are you supposed to, okay, so, like we always say, the house is burning down, right? I got to warn you to get the fuck up out the crib.
Right.
I can't say, hey, John, the house is burning.
Right.
I gotta say it in a way that's a alarming way. Because you know,
Exactly.
people like, this nigga playing. He always playing games and shit.
Right.
So you gotta say it in an alarming and a warning way, like, bro, get the fuck down here. The house is burning.
Right.
You gonna hear that tone and be like, oh shit.
No.
it's a snake
You know what
sitting
I'm
next to you, and I'm like, hey, you know, if you don't get out tomorrow morning, you're probably gonna get beat in your
Right.
ass.
So we
Yeah,
got,
that's
we gotta,
true, though.
and we know how our people are too. They play games.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we gotta speak it in the way of, Jake, this is serious.
got that
Get
jewel,
right. Because we
Right.
actually care for our people.
Right.
And this is the love we showing our people.
Right.
Because we see our people going down the hall to destruction, and we saying, hey, wanna get right? Okay, you know what I'm saying? They walking down the hall, hey, they go to Armor, right? They go to Sword, they go to Shield. Jake was walking past it all.
Right.
Hey, bro, you know they down there ready for you, right? You about to go to the battle. They just walking. Bro, you sure?
Now
This
this
is
is
to break down that Job, before we get too far away from
Break
that
down
Job,
what?
because he just talked about the once and the twice.
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
They're
that's
talking
the-
about
yeah,
how
right.
we are, our people in particular are hard-headed, number one.
That's true.
Sometimes they have to hear things more than once.
Exactly.
Number two, that specifically is talking about a dream. Sometimes you have dreams about certain stuff, and then you change what you. Some brothers got testimonies of having dreams of destruction happening to them if they didn't change a certain action.
That's so
And
amazing.
then that takes you away from your life to your purpose to doing now what the Most High said for you to do.
You want to
see?
know what's so amazing about
Someone's
that?
an example of that.
To be honest, brother, I don't even need the example because just 2 days ago, what you just said manifested with me. I'm not even trying to bullshit you or try to. It manifested within my mind. I had a dream about something, and that was the whole thing about what I was saying with the alteration of the mind, with us being able to say yes or no to something. The illusion that he was talking about, because that same illusion is what I was trying to chase to alter that dream that I had. You get what I'm saying? So, again, none of what you're saying is wrong. The two perceptions is the only difference. That's it. The only thing that I was using to explain my piece about what we were just talking about this whole session is science. That's it. Science is something that we cannot deny
You
exists.
know what the word science goes back to?
I would like to know because I don't.
The word science goes back to knowledge.
Okay.
That's all it means.
And knowledge is the same thing as wisdom, correct?
Now guess what though? The knowledge of wickedness is not knowledge. It's what the scriptures tell us.
Right.
So there's knowledge that you can get that won't profit you.
That's true.
You see?
That is true.
Pseudoscience.
Right.
False knowledge.
False knowledge.
And I'll tell you something that they're trying to teach out now, that they're trying to get people to believe now. They have this thing called algorithms that they use on phones.
Right.
Right? These same algorithms are being used 24/7. You feel what I'm saying? They're trying to use the 5G to put that in every single instant. So for example, you try to walk through this door and you say, hey, you know, I might want some pizza or something like that. It might be a situation where you watch a TV and like 5 pizza ads pop up. You want to order here, you want to, you feel what I'm saying? Right.
That's a part of so-called white man. Esau Edom.
Right.
That's a part of his witchcraft.
Right.
He pushes out that left-handed wicked vibration
Right.
to manipulate you.
But you want to know what is considered now. The same stuff that I just explained. What is considered now is misinformation. They are putting misinformation in with the truth.
Yeah.
And they're trying, that's why when you said it was that's the filter to everything, I completely agree with you. Because that is the filter. But at the same time, we gotta balance the filter along with the same information that we do use for daily life. Because at the end of the day, that's how we still live.
But now,
This gives you guidelines.
No, that's a fact.
Right,
And that's not what I'm saying,
but you
boss.
gotta, what you're saying is, bro, cause really it's gonna take time to grow up onto a level to know how to really balance it out.
Right,
In a way where
absolutely.
you can live this and maintain a way of life.
Right.
It's just a balance. But I'm going to read this. 1 Timothy 6, verse 20, it says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babbling, in oppositions of science, falsely so called. So what we're telling our people is, the vain babbling and the science falsely called, different religions, different false prophets, things that's contrary to this. See?
Okay.
To this.
Understood.
The things that everybody's getting into, these different sciences, black economics, all those different things.
Right.
We're gonna lose.
And you know what? That's so
We're gonna lose.
crazy. That's crazy.
Why are we gonna lose? Because it was already set up to the spirit for that not to work. You see? So it's really what the 50 Cent say. Get rich or die trying.
Right.
It's either get right with the Lord or you're gonna die.
Right. That's
You
true.
see?
Absolutely.
So that's how we coming. Now I'm gonna keep saying it. The Lord brought you over here for a spiritual tag.
Right.
We hope for you to be coming down here and seeing you every Saturday fellowship.
Oh,
That's what
absolutely.
we hope.
Absolutely.
For a brother to what? Repent and return back into the Lord.
Right.
You see?
Absolutely.
And to be another righteous energy force, what? Putting prayers to the heavens. Saying what? Destruction of Babylon. Destruction of wickedness and evilness.
Right.
See? Being of what? One one sound. Yeah, one mind.
Right.
Just like one band, one sound.
Right.
We all, if a band is playing, and you got one person playing an awkward sound, that's gonna stand out. People will be like, who? What a musician is playing like that? Who
Who
is
is playing
that?
the flat note, man? What are y'all tubas, man? Come here, man.
Get him up out of here, man.
Right.
Because he's messing up the whole sound. You see? And we one body up here. So we all in agreement to the same thing.
Understood. I
You know,
catch
so
the drift.
basically,
Right.
just like how you said a person that's joining with the enemy is the ops.
Yeah.
Right? We speak about them too.
Absolutely.
That's the people of our nation. We can't rap. We can't be with them. How can we agree with them? Because they're going to be up here talking about saving Esau, Edom, and we're going to be saying we want them destroyed.
I got a precept so that you can understand what I'm saying. Because I'm not disagreeing with you on as far as there are things that we're going to encounter that may seem to not be in here.
Yeah.
But see, through my years of studying, all of our years of studying, as we grow, we realize, amen, it's all in here.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
let me just read this for you. Matthew 7 and 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. You
Right.
see? So everybody that hear the sayings of Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and does them, he got a strong, when the shit happens out here, you're not going to fall, you're not going to crumble.
Right.
So it got to come back to this. This got to be your first. And then you go back to everything else and be like, well, I done ran into this. This ain't specifically in the Bible, but this is in the Bible, and this is what this is doing, so let me not do that.
Right.
Now let me
Okay.
continue with the rest of it, all right? Okay?
Right.
Verse 26. And everyone that heareth these
Hey,
sayings,
bro, come on the ring.
Oh, no,
I mean,
I'm good,
you
brother.
just keep your face. I mean,
Yeah,
your back,
I don't-
You keep your back
come
towards the
around with
camera,
them,
but
or you can
just
swoop by real fast and stand right there.
Alright.
You know what I mean? There you go, bro. There you go. Verse 26. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell. And great was the fall of it. You see? So this is where we all got to come back to, man. We got to read this, get the foundation. Then when we experience things out here, I'm telling you what's in here. You can go to the guidelines, how to deal with your woman, how to deal on your job, how to deal when the police walk up on you. All of it's in here. Right. It just takes time to learn about it.
How to farm, how to deal righteously with your brothers,
Yep.
you know, family members, it's all in here. The reason why we are a destroyed people is one, the curses, and two, we're not going back to our guidelines.
Yep.
You see? Because if you truly love your brother, right, as people would say, hey, you wouldn't steal from him, right? You wouldn't try to get over on him. Right. You wouldn't try to sleep with his woman. Right. You see? You wouldn't just try to do different wicked things to him. Right. Or his whole household, so to speak. You won't have that same love. But that's not pushing our community.
Right. And my bad. I think there's certain understanding too that we get about who our enemy is, and because the scripture talking about loving our enemies, it puts it in perspective of who they're talking about. That's about amongst your own people. You know what I mean? Not these other nations. But go ahead and say what you say, and I can get into that.
But specifically, what I was trying to say with that is exactly what you just said. We are amongst, even though all of us have the knowledge that we have, we still are out pointing and saying this brother's wrong, this brother's wrong.
Well,
Right.
Because we have to filter it, and I understand that. At the same time, I'm gonna say this for example. The biggest weapon that the enemy is using right now is frequency. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at what music done did for the last 40, 50, 60, 70 years, it done turmoiled us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So right now what I'm doing, and this is my own situation that I'm doing. I don't want anyone to feel like they are a part. Y'all are, again, point blank period. What I'm doing is putting out positive music. I produce, I make beats. I've been doing beats for almost 6-7 years. And right now, it's to filter and basically get rid of all of the BS that they putting out to the brothers and sisters. They got, Meg Thee Stallion has a whole bachelor's degree, but she's sitting here talking about go shake that ass after that, and twerk competitions and all that. Hot city girls and hot girls.
They need them to push the folly, as your brother read. Folly is sin, great dignity.
Right.
They need, because the scripture tell you about how our leaders cost us the earth, meaning to be in error. So they need to use people that look like us to what? Continue to corrupt our people's minds. I'm going to read this. Luke 7 verse 31, it says, and the Lord said, Whereunto then shall I liken the men of this generation? And to what are they like? They are like unto children sitting in the marketplace and calling one to another and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned to you, and ye have not wept. So when you talk about energy, when you talk about frequency, we talking about the new song.
Right.
We talking about righteousness.
Absolutely.
So we are pushing that energy, that vibration to our people, amongst the world, okay, to the heavens. We're pushing all that, see? Because this is the only song and frequency and energy that will matter and stand. Nothing else. It's not going to work. This is it.
What that brother is saying, righteousness has to be established first.
Yes.
And I'll say this: music will actually kind of solidify it. That's pushing out the influence of righteousness, right? Like during the time of King David, when he came into power and he established righteousness, he set up a whole choir.
Right, absolutely.
He set up a whole band to push that righteous vibration up.
Right.
That's why you got the Psalms of David. That's why you got the Songs of Solomon. His son.
Right. And
Right?
the crazy thing about it is, and I'm gonna leave with this because again I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I made a track called The Ring of Fire the same day that the Ring of Fire eclipse happened over in East Africa, which was the last 2 or 3 days ago. What that was talking about is the same exact moments that we have at this moment. We have brothers and sisters that are still walking past each other down the street, looking at each other as the enemy.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the Lord is leading you to it. We all came to a realization at some point to say something is fucking wrong.
Yes.
Something.
Absolutely.
So you start seeing stuff. You start looking at stuff like, why is it like this? You start questioning things.
Right.
Why is our people doing this?
Right.
Bro, we keep telling you. You want to know why our brothers and sisters are doing that to each other? Deuteronomy 28. Do we gotta read it before you leave?
Absolutely. Listen, I hear you. I hear you.
Somebody
I hear you,
get
brother.
the scripture.
Just for
Because
the,
you
for the
wanna-
frequency,
you
yes.
wanna
I want to hear
wonder
it.
why this is
Yes.
happening. We wanted the same thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Why? Go ahead, bro. You got something?
Y'all just gonna say, and there's nothing wrong with making music,
Nothing.
but
Yeah.
this right here is the true song.
Yeah.
For one thing, like the bro read earlier about the house being built by the Most High, and unless it's being built by Him, it's gonna fall. You think that these people that's in charge of the music industry is gonna let that break through and get famous?
Of course not.
It ain't gonna reach nowhere near enough people. But this right here, the Most High has allowed it to go to the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
Our elders haven't traveled nowhere outside of where they live. But guess what? We got camps out in other countries, man, that are just popping up with the same name, teaching the same doctrine.
Exactly.
And the thing is,
Exactly.
that's how he gets certain brothers. He starts stirring up their minds and start seeing things and be like, man, I'm tired
This
of
ain't
this
right.
shit. So just like you talking about, when you say stuff like that, most people gonna look at you and be like, why you don't like Megan Thee Stallion? You hate it.
Hey, you're right.
We know what you talking
Right.
about. See, so we on the level to say, we hate that bitch too. She might got an okay song. Okay, but most times she come on, I'm sick
I
of
don't like
her,
the shit
bro.
she talk about.
No.
Yeah, I don't like what,
Because all it does is poison the same women that are being
That's
mistreated
what-
out here.
That's how we see it. 'Cause
Exactly.
We look at it and see the energy that it's pushing, the vibration that it's pushing. So you on the right track.
Right.
We just, I don't say we, but the Lord trying to get you over the hump to say, go to my men and get this message. You might, it might be a few days, it could be a year from now. If we still here, if the Lord got on your spirit to click, you will be down here.
Hey, the Lord calling you.
Oh,
Go ahead and read it, bro.
that's exactly why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm here.
I got one too.
Somebody got that Deuteronomy 28?
I got it. Okay, I'm gonna say I got a piece.
Where we want to read it?
What we going to in there?
54.
This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and towards the wife of his bosom.
Stop. So we supposed to be delicate toward each other. Peace, my brother.
Man.
We see you in the rain. We even heard stories of what they say, like the 70s or a little further back, where people used to see each other stranded or in the rain. Hey, brother, you need a ride?
Right.
Man.
Cool like that. You
Right.
can't do that shit now.
No more,
Even
right.
Even though we want to, you get in a thunderstorm.
I get shanked.
Or it's 10 degrees outside. Sometimes your spirit be like, damn, I wish I could help that brother. But I can't because this nigga might rob me and take
Pull
my
out a gun
car.
as soon as you get in. Hey, break yourself.
Family,
You see?
I completely understand. Again,
But that's why. The
But
scripture.
that's why.
right.
You see?
And this is the thing that I want to say. If there's a way, I would like to be a part of this movement.
Lord
You
wants
welcome
that.
to
feel what
come
I'm
out of
saying?
fellowship.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Every weekend.
My
Every
thing
weekend on
is,
Saturday.
because I already seen enough of it out here. I don't want to have to be part of something, and then the same essence that we trying to protect is what makes us point at each other and crumble. You get what I'm saying? Because out here, these people, they look at us and they see us, and they think, okay, all we got to do is feed the bait to one person, and then it's over with. I don't want to have to deal with that in my brotherhood. And this is not to come at you guys and say that you aren't unified. I've been on my own since 17. I'm 24 now.
Right?
So I'm so used to being a lone wolf out here. You get what I'm saying? So I don't ever want a situation where it's like, okay, well, this brother seen this way or this, that, and the third. Again, I'm not perfect. I do still make mistakes. You get what I'm saying? I do sometimes. You might see me one day and I might be so down. I'm like, man, brother, I can't even kick it with you right now, but I want you to enjoy your day and stay blessed.
That's
Because
normal,
I don't want I don't want that same negative energy to rub off on any one of y'all. And I apologize if that happened. You
No,
feel
bro,
me?
that's normal, bro.
You feel me?
Bro, that's normal, bro.
So
Hey, man,
that's
we,
that.
all of us up here, we come to each other through the
Through the
scripture.
scripture.
Word. Okay.
But let's finish reading this before you.
I wanted to comment too on what you said about there not being unity or certain things like that. You gotta understand, you're familiar with the story of who the world called Jesus and his disciples, right?
Mm.
You know they had a Judas, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Scripture say, have I not chosen you 12, but one of you is a devil? Yahweh Shai picked Judas, and he knew, because he knew, come on now,
Right.
he's the Messiah. He knew he was gonna betray him.
Right.
So you can't let that get you. You can't let that make you feel no type of way. He's gonna be somebody in whatever group you be a part of.
Yeah.
Hey, there might be that nigga.
Yeah, yeah. There's going to be somebody that's going to rub you the wrong way.
Right. Or might flip and turn, you know what I'm saying, turn bit. So you can't really let that get you out. You got to come where the truth is, man.
Yeah.
And I do got a precept too. I mean, what's up?
Finish that. I want to finish breaking it down because I got one too, but you can go first. Deuteronomy 20. Yeah.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
He shall what?
Which he shall lead.
Aren't we fatherless children? Most of us, we're dirt dead. I don't know, man. I mean, I know him, but he wasn't around. Most of us. I don't know
crazy.
who all is in that boat.
I'm
Jake.
gonna keep it honest with
That's
y'all.
Jake. Now, for the brothers to do, dad was in their life. That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
You see, you're not
Most
beautiful.
definitely. And I'm
But
gonna tell you something. Both of my parents is dead.
I mean, sorry to hear that, bro.
Both of my parents.
Sorry to hear that.
I lost my mom 16. I lost my mom 14 years old. I lost my dad when I turned 17.
Sorry
And that's
to
when
hear
I
that,
left.
You know, but on the flip side, and I'm
Again.
gonna say this to balance it out.
Right.
What's about to come to the planet Earth?
Oh yeah.
I don't. I'm trying to say it in a way because I don't want to offend you. Because what's this book? Destruction and like never before is coming to the planet Earth.
Absolutely.
And I know I don't want to see nothing happen to my mom.
Right.
Or even if my dad and I don't know my dad. I don't want to see it. But my spirit know that they might not make it and they might die in the most horrific way. And some brothers may got to witness that to try their faith. So if you do become a part of this thing, that's a less thing you got to worry about. I'm not trying to.
And no, I completely understand because as of right now, with everything going on, I thank God every day that my parents ain't here to see this and witness this.
That's a good understanding.
You get what I'm saying?
They at rest. They're not going through this.
They're not going through this pain no more.
Hey, let me read this to you, man. I got a precept for you. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12.
Yeah.
It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Right.
Right? So
Absolutely.
our relatives, our family members that are in the spiritual realm, right? They're with their father and they're at peace.
Right.
They ain't got to deal with what's about to be coming up, what's about to be coming on the earth. Man.
Absolutely.
Right? This is what it says also. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, so hey, this devil goes into Esau Edom. It's the person that plays the position of the devil on the earth, which our people don't know. So he's going to come down with great wrath very shortly because he knows that his time is almost up. You see? Hey, the scripture says Esau is the end of the world, which means the so-called white man. He's the end of the world. And Jacob, our people, basically are the beginning of it, our followers. Because we up next to rule the world. But let's go back to that to explain this.
Absolutely.
Top of yard.
Verse 55. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left him in the seas, and in the straightness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the soil of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and to her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear.
Which she shall bear. Now, how many situations or cases? Oh, you just had the case with the one black woman. She said she had what they call you know the people that take kids and shit like that. CYF and stuff like that. She just said she was happy that CYF took her kids so she could live her life. see, and you got a lot of cases. Men, you got men involved too, but there's a lot of cases of women of just killing their children.
Yeah.
Leave them in the car so they can go to the mall.
Absolutely.
Leave them in the house so they can go to the club.
Yeah.
Right? Drown their kids. Other lady that ran the kids off the cliff. Like,
Yep,
but,
absolutely.
but all this we reading, these is all curses, man. These is all curses upon our people.
Right.
Now, when you go into more in depth of that, that goes into a besiegement, what's happening in Jerusalem in our homeland. But
Right.
that's all coming back. That same
Absolutely.
besiegement. Is there any more? Or is that the end of it?
That was the end of it.
That's the end of it. But that's just basically just summing up the certain curses that's happening upon our people. We get the lack of fathers, the women just doing whatever to the kids.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
See.
what is it, 45?
Where it was talking about like after I just went into the curses, but it was talking about like why.
Go ahead.
Like, when it's, this is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and statutes which he commanded thee.
Smite thee
That's the
with
whole
blindness
situation.
and madness. And
Yeah,
that's
what-
exactly
what's the
what
next
we're going through.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
That's why we in this situation. We're not
Absolutely.
following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. This is why we're in this position.
Right.
Right? This is also how you can tell who the Israelites are. They're the only people who are going through this.
Right. It says that in the next one. Go ahead, bro. Right.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Forever. Right. So this is the sign and the wonder. It's an indicator for you to know these must be the children of Israel.
Right.
Because they're going through this curse, that curse, this curse, that curse. Yep, that's them. Because
Absolutely.
ain't nobody on the planet Earth obeying. The earth is not
Right.
speaking righteousness. So
Absolutely.
you're going to see the Israelites going through this. Why? Because it said forever. For a certain set of time, which really that's till the Messiah comes back.
Yep.
You're going to be under these curses until he come back and save you.
Right.
It tells you that in the last one, which is what, 64?
Mm.
It tells you no man shall buy you, meaning to redeem you.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to save you out of this
Yep.
except for the Messiah.
And that's the reward. That's the reward. That's the benefit. Because our people will say, well, what y'all doing now? How is it benefiting? What's the profit in it? It's a lot.
Right.
I have changed my life. I changed my life, and I have a chance at salvation. Also, what? They're more healthy.
Right.
People, the perception of the world is they look at this brother, right? My good brother right here, and they say he's unhealthy. They're wrong, because he's big. Hey, this brother eats wild plants.
Mm.
Wild plants.
That's good. That's
You
great.
see? But we learned all these different knowledge. Brothers is
Absolutely.
into different stones and herbs and things naturally that the Most High made.
Yes.
And now remedies, different medicines, herbs. This brother real heavy into herbs. I got better into. Come on, bro. The world, bro. I would never eat. I would never drink this. Green juice. What? Apple, celery, cucumber, kale. I mean, I ate collard greens.
Spirulina,
But,
chlorella,
yeah, spirulina,
barley
chlorella,
grass.
all in the bottle.
They see exactly.
Good nigga, what the fuck is that?
That's just like
seaweed.
seaweed.
They say, nigga, you eat rabbit food. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? But
rabbit, it's
but-
healthy as hell.
but that's-
You check
but
it out. Right.
That's the mindset that our people have to say that type of shit because we were taught wrong.
Right.
So once what they say, if you knew better, you do better.
You would do better.
So we start trying to eat different things, eat a little better. We cut off certain things. We cut off things we can't eat.
Right. And this is
Like, do you eat lobster,
no, I
Do you
don't.
crab?
No.
shrimp,
No.
pork?
No. No. Look, he tried to
That's
cancel me.
beautiful right there.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to.
Okay.
Catfish be good sometimes. But no, I stopped that too.
Now-
Absolutely.
Now, hey, the Lord commanded us not to eat like that.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
But what's the witchcraft in it?
Huh?
I said, now where's the witchcraft in it?
The witch.
So-called white man said what? Those are the best things to eat.
Right.
Those are delicacies. Those are you the shit. A hood nigga, what they say? We just had what? Calamari.
I eat so many shrimp, I got iodine pores.
You know what I'm saying?
Fish eggs,
Right?
man. What?
They take pictures on Instagram with two Lord's King lobsters and king crabs. But what do they say? They say we doing it big. But really they doing it bad.
He got a firearm.
I'm a pimp eating
Yeah,
steak
what?
and shrimp.
He got a firearm.
Firearm. Oh, he ain't nothing but why not have his blessing? This is his kingdom.
That's his second time coming around the
He cool. Hey, look, the
We
Lord
worried about
the Lord encampeth around the men, and He has angels encamped around us, so we cool.
That's an understanding that comes once you get in this truth. If anything happened to you, it was the will of the Heavenly
Right.
Father, man. We had peace, bro. And we got down, bro. That was a part of our story. At least we died giving that sacrifice to the Most High. And guess what? It's gonna be a reward. So we're not worried about that. Do what you want to do. We ain't worried about police, none of that.
Nope. Nope.
Because we understand everything's in the hand of the Most High, so we try to please Him. We look to Him for our salvation.
Break it out, whatever you got.
To leave, Hebrews 11, verse 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And going down to verse 6, it says, but without faith it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to the Most High, or God, must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him.
Right. Absolutely.
Somebody give me Baruch 4:28.
Right. So faith is give me that first verse again.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right. So faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right.
Right.
So up here, what we're hoping for is to have righteousness on the earth. Right. First and foremost, we trying to get saved out of what's coming. If the Lord's going to destroy this place, it's going to be fire and brimstone, thermonuclear destruction.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Which brothers can get them precepts back up, so we about to go back into that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get out of that. That's a part of what we believe. That's a part of our faith.
Right.
Right? The substance of things hoped for. Another thing we're hoping for, because once we get salvation, also what comes after that? We have a whole kingdom waiting for us.
Right.
Right? We have rulership waiting for us. Right? We have a new body to where we don't go off anymore. And therefore not having to go into these curses anymore.
Now,
Right? Never getting sick again.
my thing about this is, along with that, is there anything in the scriptures that say about protection around people?
Oh, okay. I got you
Now,
right now.
when I say this is because again, this is me just jumping back to what we was talking about earlier. The only thing that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention, and the only reason that I really did come over here, my intention was to give you guys a balance and a plan. The plan is not just to teach each other, but to give this way of life. The way of life that is in that book, that is in the Bible, is the same way of life that we have to live to survive. Now I understand, if something wants to happen to us, yes, it's already preordained to happen. But us as human beings, we're not supposed to just allow it to happen. We are supposed to protect to the utmost
Protect what?
ourselves.
But you can't, see, you backtracking, but you can't go outside the God.
What I mean by that is, the 12 tribes of Israel, did they not go to war?
Yeah.
Okay, because they did what?
Because what?
Because we are supposed to protect what is ours. This is what I'm saying. To protect, for example, that's why I brought up the boxing,
Right.
teaching brothers how to shoot.
So you said protect what's ours. What is ours? Oh, sorry. What is ours?
Okay. For example, this land.
One second. Can somebody give me second address? I gotta remember.
Okay.
Second address when Edris said, "For our sake."
Again, this is not the challenge. This is
No.
This is not the challenge. Right.
Bro,
Hey, we got all the
we
answers
just-
right here. That's
I
all.
feel you.
Yeah.
When you spark something, we get the response, or we get the
Right.
Okay.
whatever it is out the scriptures to tie in with it.
Okay, gotcha.
So this is the book of John, chapter 18 and verse 36. Yahweh Shai, or Jesus,
Yeah.
answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence." So during the time that they came to get the Messiah, he had enough power to do whatever he wanted to do. He had received the Spirit without measure. He could have lit them niggas on fire and incinerated them right there, but he didn't.
remember he said they can call down 12 legions.
12 legions of angels, and the legion is like what? 1,500? From 1,000 to 1,500 is a legion. So he could have, you know what I'm saying? 12 legions?
It's
Of
over.
angels?
Yeah. It's
So
serious.
that little group of a band of people wouldn't have been able to take him no matter what.
Most
But that
definitely.
wasn't. This ain't his kingdom. He didn't command us to fight. Matter of fact, he said, "I send you out as sheep amongst wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents, but harmless as doves." So it's a natural human response from what I gather from what you're saying. It's a natural human response to want to defend yourself. And if that spirit comes upon you, somebody run upon you, and you just don't have an uppercut that nigga.
Oh yeah,
I ain't got I ain't saying nothing wrong with that.
because the true breakdown of turn the other cheek is not what this Edomite teaches. When they try to put that Christian plantation turn the other cheek,
Right.
they're trying to push it as how we was getting beat as slaves and just let it happen because God wants that to happen,
Absolutely.
right? That's the narrative they trying to push. But when it says things like turn the other cheek, right? We turn the other cheek every day. You turn the other cheek every day because really, when you see homosexuals and all that, according to our law, you're supposed to get put to death on the spot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
what we have to do, turn the other cheek. We
Right.
have to be humble and take it like, we gotta just take it like, fuck.
Because the nation that is in control is not the nation that goes off of those same principles. So because we're behind enemy lines is the reason why.
And the primary reason is because now I wanted to get this scripture whenever we can, but there's a certain portion of our people that are gonna do wickedness.
Yeah.
But then some of them may repent.
Yeah.
And so there are things that somebody may offend you. And you get mad, rightfully so, but then you like, hey man, most high gonna kill that nigga if he don't repent. If he don't repent, so that's that side of turning that other cheek like, ooh nigga, I wanna curse you, but you might repent later.
Be ye angry and sin not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can
So,
be mad all you want.
There's a balance, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's turn the other cheek, not white man, you punched me in my jaw, here go the other one.
Right. You feel me? Like,
No, you can protect yourself. No.
okay, brothers.
But
I'm gonna let you.
you made a statement.
Yeah.
You said something about, I said, what's ours? And what did you say?
I said, this land,
This land.
this land.
What's
Am I
your
wrong?
aspect?
Okay.
It's true.
This not our
but,
inheritance.
but we're not in possession of it now.
Exactly.
But
my
which
point,
is
right.
true for us when you're dealing with the Native Americans and Gadites. It did belong to us first.
Right.
But go ahead. You said our
And-
land. What's ours?
And to protect the rest of the brothers and the sisters. Now, I know there are some that we all can agree on that are preordained to be blinded and deaf to this message.
Right.
So we can't really do much for them.
Can't.
Exactly.
Hey, bro.
But
did
the-
you read the Bible at home?
Look,
I gotta read this when you get through talking, man.
I'm just saying, you feel me? Like a lot of the stuff that I bring to you guys is not necessarily what I read. This is stuff that I was seen in life, and I took it as a lesson.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And
Put it on your spirit.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's it. But again, that's the only reason why I bring the. Of course, we know this is going to be the downfall of the rest of this
Bro,
world.
you're
We know
tired
that.
of seeing, I don't mean to cut you off, but bro, you're tired of seeing the bullshit. You're tired of seeing our people
Absolutely.
downtrodden. So
Absolutely.
you're like, what is the way how we protect our people? What's the way to get our people out of this corrupted mindset? And we're always going to come back to the Bible and show you, this is the way right here, bro. This is really, you talking about protecting your people.
Right.
This is it. Because they're not covered by your Al-Bas and your tribe. They have no hedge. There is no protection. So first and foremost, the person you should be looking to protect is yourself first. And then everyone, then you could try to protect them through the spirit if it may be up to the Lord for them to do that. For them to, because it goes back to say who know this scripture when it says we teach them and they believe through the teachers, so to speak, because it's the Lord was dealing with the people, right, of the disciples,
Right.
the people that believed on Him through the disciples' teaching. See, so the people that receive our message, hey, that's a beautiful thing.
Right.
They can be saved off of hearkening to the word and accepting it and getting themselves together.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, so that's how the protecting you can do is being a man of the Lord or prophet, bro. That's the protection of you giving.
Right, and then you furthermore protect those that are in the truth with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that system of that protection I hear you talking about. everybody don't get that.
Right, absolutely.
That's the
yes.
people in your group.
Right.
So
That's true.
I receive what you're saying
Right, right.
about we need to protect and help each other, but you gotta understand you seem to understand.
Right.
Hey, the people outside of this thing, Most High gonna touch them. Ain't nothing we can do about it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
want to read this too, if I can.
Yeah.
This is Zechariah 13 and verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So there's 2 parts of our nation. They're gonna be cut off and die. It's been preordained. They're not gonna repent. They're gonna be niggas. They're gonna hate you. They're gonna hate me. And everything we stand for. Somebody come.
Absolutely.
No, you go all right. They're gonna hate you and me and everything we stand for. Okay? And so I ain't trying to save them.
No,
Now if they
absolutely not.
repent, that's cool. If they repent, they're not part of the 2/3.
Right.
But the 2/3, they through.
Yeah.
You see? Now we continue. And I will bring the third part through the fire, so that 1/3 is going to come through the fire. They're going to be tried and refined and tested to see if they're worthy. And will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Most High is my power. Right, so there's 2/3. Hey, I'm not hopping in front of no bullet for a 2/3 nigga.
No,
That
that's
ain't
a fact. Absolutely.
Right. And you know, what do they do with gold to make it pure? They refine it.
Right.
So they're heated up to what they're getting the impurities out of it.
Right.
So that's what the Lord is doing us. Through the scriptures, He's refining us.
Exactly.
Getting the impurities out of us. Because if you used to, whatever evils that you used to do, you look at it and you like, damn, I ain't supposed to do that. Okay. You learn from it, and then you end up, you just start hacking it off. You start hacking away. All right, let me cut this off. All right, let me cut that off. You see? And it's the Lord refining you through that process. One day
Absolutely.
you're going to quit smoking. One day you're going to quit eating it. The other day you're going to quit that. You're going to quit selling. You're going to quit dealing with people, other men's women.
Absolutely.
Now, you know, I watch you interact with different people as I'm seeing them walk past. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because I see you got that spirit of, damn, I'm for my people, which is good. But once you channel it where it needs to be,
Yes, sir.
that's all she
right.
wrote.
You're right.
And to be the Lord's will, that's all she wrote.
Right.
Because these people, we have that, what do they call that?
Zeal.
Not the zeal, like
Compassion.
we're a compassionate nation.
Right.
So that's why we're able to really get ran over by all the other nations. Because what Jake always say, right? When the other nations kill our people, we forgive them.
Right.
And this
See?
and that. So
Yeah.
with the false teachings of the Bible and how compassionate of a people we are, it's just like we're just gonna forgive them.
That's it.
And
Let
see,
it
Roll
go.
over.
Roll over.
Now, with me asking you this, sir, does it in the scripture, does it agree with that rolling over? Do it, and that's the only thing. You feel me? If it doesn't say anything about us now, the turning the other cheek is the same thing. Is the same thing as rolling over.
Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove.
Right.
You got to be wise enough to maneuver through certain situations. If a cop roll up on us now, ask us for some identification or something like that, here you go.
Right. No.
What
absolutely.
I got to hide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one aspect of it. We're not gonna buckle. Yeah, nigga, what the fuck you mean? What you asking for ID for, nigga? No, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So no, it's a balance. It's a balance that's restricted. If somebody run up, like I said, and you're physically in danger, let's say this, it's not a police officer, and your reflex is you getting slid real quick, then you know what I mean? What's good?
Why get it dearly beloved, be not avenged of yourselves.
And if you just have a reflex and slide somebody, I'm not gonna say you a demon because of that.
Right.
If you was in danger,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But when you go and you become a aggressor and you trying to just go out and do shit, yeah, I'm gonna revenge my people, man. Fuck that.
Right.
We about to ride on Esau. You fucking up. You
Right.
fucking up.
Read that, bro. I'm about to answer for you right now.
Okay.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Lord.
Right, so now when you're coming through this truth, you start to, remember, it's the renewing of your mind, so you start to get a different mind frame. In the world, as me being a nigga, something happened to me, I'm doing something back. I'm playing tick for tack.
Right.
You see?
Now we know
But-
the word. My bad.
You understand? But, because that's how I live. I live that bullshit lifestyle, a destructive lifestyle that I grew up in and it was taught. I
Now,
played tick for tack. But now, coming into this understanding, we have to understand that the Lord is going to repay my enemy. Okay? So if a nigga, God forbid it happen, when somebody come rob me, I got to let that slide. Why do I got to let it slide? Because the Lord's going to take care of it. Is it easy as it sounds? No.
no.
It may sound easy, but in your mind you can say, damn, I feel like a bitch, I feel like this and that.
Yeah,
But
you do
really,
it.
that's the perception that the world taught you.
Exactly.
That I'm a bitch ass nigga if I get a revenge on that.
Right.
And I always
And I,
thought that.
kill this nigga. But now, you know this knowledge, and you go kill that nigga, you going up and you get caught, you up the road. So now you sitting there, like, fuck, I should just let it slide.
Right.
How many niggas in jail right now doing elbows will probably come out here and say, I should let that shit
Yeah,
slide.
yeah.
It was not worth
Absolutely.
And that's the fucked up part of this culture, this negative nigga culture, because it promotes an emotional response.
Exactly.
It promotes acting like women with your heart on your fucking sleeve. Nah, fuck that, he made me mad.
Right,
I look
yeah.
like a bitch now. I'm about to
Yeah,
go. Fuck all that shit, man. A wise man will choose his battles and be like, you know what? That shit ain't fucking worth it, man.
Right.
Yup.
Right.
It's not worth it, bro.
Because really,
doing the work.
with that man
They
said,
don't mark themselves.
he won. He's the bigger man.
Absolutely.
Because it's harder to do what he said, to humble yourself and take that on the chin.
Right.
That's harder to do that.
Absolutely.
But that's put as a bitch move
Yup.
in this nigga ass
Hold
culture
on.
to demean you and make you look small.
But
man.
now you know what that makes you? That makes you a niggas.
King.
Thank you.
Hey, I got
Nigga is the derogatory word that they made for us that came from the word niggas.
Which I think that's what they say that word means. I think brothers found another definition.
Nigga?
N-E-G-U-S.
Yeah, I
Supposed to be niggas. It's supposed
yeah,
to be
I
king.
ain't looking up in a long time, but I think it do mean something
I
like
think
that.
it means something like that.
But-
you know, but we get what I'm saying.
I got a question
Dang.
to go into what the brother was saying, man.
Go ahead.
Because really, you get that emotional response because you have lack of understanding of the scripture.
Right.
The scriptures deal with, really, this is the highest form of knowledge. This is logic. You gotta be logical, right? So
Right.
somebody comes and rob your crib and do this and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna
Kill that nigga.
kill them, this and that. But one thing you gotta remember is this right here, right? This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. So somebody comes to steal your stuff, the Lord put the spirit on them to come steal it.
And these different things could be to test your spirit.
Yeah.
To see how you're going to react in this situation.
Absolutely.
Is you going to operate as a man of the Lord, or is you going to operate like a nigga? Now, certain things happen, and brothers slip and fall. It happens. We not perfect. Look, there we go. We in the flesh. We're not perfect. So
Right.
I can't say you not going. You might not do a certain thing. But if it becomes an unfortunate situation where you might be going for life, and it's like, fuck.
Right.
You see? Now, if somebody gonna punch you in the face, yeah, but the text though.
Yeah.
You know how many
I'm
situations
a
we
warrior.
might
Let me hire you. Somebody running up on you, bro.
like even dealing with this spiritual warfare, like we say, we get scoffers and demons that come approach us, and all types of chaos break out. We let it go.
Absolutely.
Now, if somebody with a wicked spirit and some nigga shit come and punch his brother, we going to react.
Oh, definitely.
You see?
Most definitely.
We going to react.
Most
But will
definitely.
we try to avoid the situation as best as
To the
possible?
utmost, yes.
We're gonna do that.
Right.
But once it gets hands on first, we got to how they say dismantle the situation.
No, we gotta squabble that.
Point it in the legal obligation.
We gotta
Now,
beat
we're
that
not gonna do
nigga.
our now.
We gotta fuck him up.
The apostle Peter, before Yahweh Shai, or the world didn't call Jesus Christ, before he left,
Word.
it was ordained for Yahweh Shai to be taken by the
Yeah.
Romans.
Yeah.
And to be betrayed. Right? But Peter was with the shit.
Go ahead, bro. Read it. You got
Peter
it?
was with it.
You read it?
Like,
Yeah.
you ain't taking my brother like that, pull the sword out, chop dude's ear off.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Every time y'all say, I don't mean to cut y'all off, but every time y'all say something, it's like a pressure is on my heart every time y'all say something, and I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but it's like I don't know. That's crazy.
And see,
That's insane.
The fact
And
that you've
people-
been standing right here for this long, bro,
Right,
the Lord
yeah,
is
bro,
calling
yeah.
you, bro.
Trying to leave like
that's a
2
fact.
times already.
And so, like the brothers was going into for as our rollover spirit, you know, it's going to take some time, but try to push that out your mind, because that's what got our people doing. I mean, it's the Lord ultimately, but a lot of people get elbows and different things for that reason behind the emotional responses and not knowing how to handle situations and not letting it go.
Yeah, and don't even get that classification of it out of your mind.
Yeah.
Because it's promoted that that's really being a bitch, but really that's not.
Right.
That takes integrity.
Yeah.
And that story he was going into about the Messiah, hey, he was saying where Peter sliced a dude's ear off, hey, he healed it and told him, put your sword up.
Wow.
Hey, but you just read it. Said this is not a kingdom my servants
My
will fight.
servants will fight.
They
Right.
wasn't the time for
So,
that.
so when we bearing the cross for the Messiah, he didn't fight back. He was like a lamb to the slaughter. You see, and scriptures even say that we're going to appear before certain judges as a testimony against them. So how you going to make it there if you suicide by cop? You see? You gotta settle this in your mind too. That that's a possibility that you may have to go through that.
Right.
You may have to let them take you. You may have to let that happen just so you can be blameless.
Without any resistance. Because the scripture says what? Agree with thy adversary first. You see people be bucking up at cops and doing all that. No, bro, just comply.
Right.
Just comply.
Right.
Because the scriptures tell you to. You know what I'm saying?
And then at that point, what can they say that you did? They can't say you did shit. It's completely unrighteous at that point.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Read that real quick.
This is
Y'all look at yours.
This is Romans 12 and verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
See, you want to try to be at peace with all men as best you can. You know what I'm saying? Even with this knowledge, even though we know that Esau, the so-called white man, is supposed to be under our foot, you still gotta, you know, even if you're gonna, you ain't got to, but you wanna hold the door open for him at the store. If you want to, go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But you still know he's a servant.
Right.
In your mind, you know he's a devil. He's a
want
servant.
slavery.
Still want slavery. You know what I'm saying? But you just don't want to act upon things when you, oh, he's a servant. You kick him in the ass because he's going in the store. You're a servant, nigga.
And at the end of the day, you gotta be able to have your mind in a stable place.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to endure to the end. But you know, if
You gotta be able to slip into these different situations.
that can mess you up if you walking around all day. You know what I'm saying? That can mess you up if you all you thinking about is like motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? How can you operate if that's your whole mindset? You gotta be around these people, man.
That's a fact.
Read yours first. Who all got one? All right, read yours first.
This is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 51. And behold, one of them which were with, I read it verbatim, which were with Jesus, stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear.
Right, so this is the point where they came to grab our Lord up. You know what I'm saying? And the boy that was with him, you know what I'm saying, he had his back. All right, oh, you grabbed my man? Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Then said Jesus unto them, put up again thy sword in his place.
Word.
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give thee more than 12 legions of angels?
Right, I don't need you to do that right now. It's not time for that. It was already written, it was already prophesied that I was supposed to be taken and eventually get took to the cross and crucified.
Right.
See? So it ain't time for you to fight. And then he said what? So you think I can't call my Father and get back up right now? You know what I'm
He
saying?
said 12 legions. A legion is about 6,000 to 7,000 men.
Oh man.
If 12 legions, take 12, multiply that by 7. And you only need one angel to stand you up.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
Right.
Absolutely.
Through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me.
Ooh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Right. So King David said, I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. Because, hey, you know how many niggas on the block had they 30 and niggas must block and they hit them before they got hit?
Hold up.
Nigga be, but
Nipsey Hussle, just an example. Nipsey Hussle, when the whole situation happened with him, and now were you explaining that in the form of them reacting to it?
No, I was explaining the form of even though you
Even though they were strapped up.
you strapped them, you got your sword, right?
Yeah.
And you trusted in your sword to save you, and you didn't do that.
Right. Okay.
didn't.
Okay.
So-
Speaking of that, with Nipsey Hussle, that was prime example of what took place. It was 15 to 20 people inside the store when the whole situation happened.
Right?
But still, some way, somehow, even on camera, somebody still came up, Mr. Eric Holder, which is what we consider to be the Judas over there in that group. He still came up and was still able to murder the same person
well-
that gave the whole foundation to
Well-
everyone in that area.
It was first of all, it was unexpected, but then it was unexpected for Nipsey to get killed.
Right.
He wasn't prepared for it.
Right.
But then, remember, the Lord controls the situation. The Lord could have had the gunman say, let me go back to the car and go get a blunt. The Lord could easily do that. You be protected. So let's go get a blunt real quick. As soon as you walk away, bam. He just the spirits, he just draw the gun. He could have did it any way he seen fit.
Right.
He could have had niggas start tying his shoe, anything.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
But see, at the end of the day, look, I fucking him. He was a nigga.
See,
At the end of the day, he
but he was
wasn't-
an Israelite,
He
and he
was.
knew that, and he knew that.
He was. But okay, so
That's
let's
why
say
he-
it. Did he
He
push
knew.
you?
That's why you got to do
Of
it.
course,
No,
absolutely.
he didn't.
I'm gonna tell you
He
why.
didn't push that he was an Israelite.
He did.
He did.
I'm telling you.
So why didn't? So when everybody was talking about R.P. Nipsey, why didn't nobody follow the bandwagon of being an Israelite when he died?
Because his way of putting the message out was to put it in a way, shape, and form that it wouldn't necessarily give the same exact morals of the tribes, but what it would do is explain in similar form the same way. It's the same message put in differently.
What you mean?
You know, glad you brought that up.
It's the same. It was the same message. What he was saying
You mean
was
like what we going through?
no. He was promoting unity. He was promoting protecting each other. He was promoting financial growth, financial health. He was promoting good foods. He was promoting e-commerce, and he was promoting generational growth.
Right.
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't no dumb nigga.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't no dumb nigga.
That's good.
Because he was a very intelligent person.
That's what
Right,
I'm saying.
Not to downplay that,
Right.
but at the end of the day, we standing up here and we didn't know all that about him.
Wow.
We in the truth. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like, okay, you might have knew it, but that's not general. That's not the general
That's not. Yeah.
consensus
Right.
among this body.
Right. That's true.
You see what I'm saying? Now, ultimately, all those things are good,
Right.
but he didn't lead you back
But-
to what was most
And,
important.
that's-
Exactly.
and when
I feel you.
when you Salakia, when you address Nipsey, who know what he addressed himself as? Anybody ever know?
Nipsey
Rolling
Hussle.
60s Crip.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What did he say? Oh, Nipsey this? He said, nigga, I'm a Crip first.
Yeah, he said.
Don't
That's
address me as that Nipsey nigga, because Nipsey's entertainment level.
Right.
What did he say? Nigga, I'm Crip first.
Right.
He's a fucking nigga.
But
But on that level, I know what you're talking about.
No.
But I'm drawing it back to at the end of the day.
right.
Back
Bro,
down to
that
the basics.
didn't lead to the water. Bro,
Again,
this is the water.
no, I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying that. But the point I was trying to get across was he still, even though it wasn't necessarily the way to push it back to it, just like Kendrick Lamar, for example,
An intelligent brother.
to Pimp a Butterfly together took him almost 2 years. You get what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle was underground for almost 10 years. People didn't know about it. At first, his mindset was Crip. At first, his
It
mindset
still
was
was
60s.
Crip when he died.
But when they tied flags with Hoover Crips, which is 5 Deuce, I don't know. Yeah, when they started coming to a conglomerate, then that's when it went from okay, I'm beefing with niggas, da 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 da, this, that, and the third, to okay, now I'm going ahead and I'm pushing the agenda for us to get back to
That's
normal.
good. That's good. But what we're trying to say is, if Nipsey was alive or somebody that was a part of this foundation,
Right.
and they came and speak with us,
Right.
guess what? They would not agree with our message. Because what we teach the downfall and destruction of America. We gonna tell them, bro, black economics is not gonna work. Oh, y'all hating. We gonna continue to try this and that. We're gonna tell them the Lord's gonna destroy it.
This place is gonna get destroyed. Setting up your own
Bro,
community.
he's saying to you like Nipsey trying to rise in this world. We're not going to rise in this world. We
Yes,
want
sir,
to
It's
bro.
gonna get destroyed.
We
That's
need
all.
to kind of prepare for the next kingdom.
And
I get what you're saying.
the leaders, somebody give me Isaiah 9 and 16. Because Or people looked at, hey, no, they looked at Nipsey more than the leader. They was worshiping Nipsey. People, like, when he died, bro, that's, it was on a
That
whole
shit lasted a
Big
full
old
another
murals
level.
and
It-
I
you know,
think-
big debates and outrages and things like that. But,
I could, my
one
bad.
second, bro. But what happened? What'd you say? And that's one of the point I wanted to make.
They even called him Jesus.
No, yeah, they did. Nobody stood up for our Lord like that. And when we talk about it, that's just the Lord. But when it's Nipsey, it's like, hold in the ball game. Now who got that now?
All the good niggas gotta die.
Yeah.
That is Isaiah 9 and verse 16.
Uh-huh.
For the leaders of this people cause them to err,
Uh-huh.
and they that are led of them are destroyed.
The leaders of this people cause them to err. Now, the true leaders of our nation are the priesthood and the prophets. Okay?
Right.
True leaders. But the leaders of our nation today is who? Megan Thee Stallion, Kendrick Lamar, LeBron James,
But
right?
these again,
The
these
baby.
the baby,
again,
Tyler Perry.
are
Yeah.
these are now what we don't really. Okay, let me put it in this perspective. There are prophets every single day.
Huh?
There are prophets every single day.
What you mean prophet?
When I say prophets, okay, not prophets, messengers. There are messengers every single day that are put up into certain places to give a message. Am I right or am I wrong?
I know what you're saying.
There are messengers everywhere amongst people.
Yeah, because the Lord will always deliver a message to an individual.
Exactly.
That you may not know if it's
Exactly.
right. There's different messages.
So they didn't. I wouldn't. When it came to Nipsey Hussle, I can't say that I downloaded all his projects or all his mixtapes or all his albums.
Okay.
But I can say when I listened to the Victory Lap that it was not even just that it was dope. It was a message behind the music.
Yeah, right. I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
true.
that's my thing. Like, we don't know if he was a Messiah because there is the second coming of God. I mean, of
Let's
Jesus.
backtrack, bro.
We know he
Now, that was a big
It was
one.
one slip up. Don't know.
That was a big one.
You gotta be careful, bro.
Okay.
That was a nigga, bro.
Yeah, he was. I got a precept.
That was a nigga.
Okay.
Now, I know what you're saying about the message.
Right.
Bro, good. Even before I came fully in the truth, bro, I changed my music I listened to because I wanted to hear something more uplifting. That's true, bro. We're not downplaying that, but we must still push the song that you want to be hearkening and hyped to and more to. This.
Absolutely.
This.
But that's what I'm telling you. All he was doing was taking the same technique of giving the message to the people. No. He was giving the message of the people to the people and then trying to bring them back slowly but surely. The same way, if you listen to Pitbull Butterfly, that's the prime example of Kendrick bringing people back to the Israelites.
Okay, now let's go with Kendrick Lamar before you get that
Okay.
scripture. What did Kendrick Lamar say? He said, "Don't call me black no more. I'm
Or
an Israelite."
Israelite, exactly.
What happened after that?
What did happen after that?
Nothing. You know why? Because he probably got a phone call from the elites that's above him and say, keep talking like that. Your career will be gone.
And then making the Black Panther album.
You like that money you got?
Like that money? But
Man.
see, this is what happens when
He
you get
did the soundtrack.
when you get that to a level like that. When you get to a level like that, in this world, because when people talk about selling your soul and the Illuminati, all that shit is real.
Absolutely.
That shit is real. People
Absolutely.
talking about you can't do this unless you do sacrifices and different weird shit, right? You are controlled now. They rule over you.
Yeah.
So once you start talking like that, getting on that platform of political, whatever. But when
Right.
you especially start talking about this, it's game time.
Right.
But then they will do. Oh, you said something very important. You said misinformation.
Right.
How many people opened up that's now talking on platforms to talk about the Israelites? A lot of them.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
guess what they gonna start mixing with it? Well,
Misinformation.
salvation's for everyone.
Yeah.
It don't matter what the Lord looks like.
Was
So
the wrong name?
pushing the wrong name, all that is serious.
Right.
Because now what did they do? They tainted the word. They pushed out that message with their platform, even though they might brought someone in, or not brought somebody in, they may have awakened somebody to say they're an Israelite.
Right.
They have the wrong,
Ideology of life.
the wrong ideology. So they'll go with the message when we say, well, the kingdom of heaven is for Israelites only. They're gonna say, they're gonna give you what? Resistance to push that. The kingdom of heaven is for everybody.
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish said it's for everybody.
Yeah. So now they wrong. Right. Who got that precept?
I got
Somebody say they had a precept for me?
I got one.
Just to tie in with what Nipsey Hussle was saying.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 8 and 20.
That's the one I had.
To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. To the law and to the testimony.
Okay.
If they speak not according to this word,
Okay.
ain't no light in them.
Now, this is not me trying to go back and forth. If we look at the word accordingly means similar.
Does it?
It's in the same derivative as similarly. Accordingly means
You about to define it, huh?
I'm about to go
I mean I might be wrong.
I think according is meaning if it's not according to this.
What does it mean?
According to, it says that they speak not according to this word. So
Right.
we need to find out what according means.
Okay, well, while y'all get this, I'm gonna read this. Sirach 13, verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue and look to what he's saying. They extol it to the clouds, right? Nipsey was rich. Kendrick was rich. And all these different people, they was rich. So when people hear what they got to say, they say, you know what? That gotta be the truth. And that's another reason why that the Lord, somebody got a scripture when it talks about the Lord saying, he don't basically deal with certain type of people.
Okay.
But the Lord didn't give those different people
You have not
messages.
chosen many wise, many great after the flesh.
That's what I want. Yeah, beautiful, bro. Because if he would have gave that message to LeBron and all them, you know how many people will come into this, will try to come into this just behind LeBron James saying that.
What about Denzel?
Denzel,
You
yeah.
Israelite.
So people will be like, oh, okay, we want to get into that, but it's not set up like that because they're not meant to be. It says, but if the poor man speaketh, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help overthrow him. So we're more up on a low level. Poor, so to speak. Shit, we ain't got shit for real. So they say,
Watch out, brother.
so they say, well, what they got to say?
Sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
We didn't realize
They're
you
like,
were
we
there.
can't listen to what you okay.
okay.
They gonna be like, we can't listen to what they got to say because they poor. What do they know of anything? They ain't got no money. How can we listen to people like that? Because our people listen to message based off someone's what? Popularity. Am I lying?
Hey,
They do it off of popularity.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
since they're on a certain level, we're gonna listen to this.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, all right, now.
But it doesn't make it the truth though.
No, I'm not saying that it makes it the truth, but now just say with the word accordingly. It's three different.
Bring those out next.
But it says in there, it says according. All right,
Right.
I just got a definition of
Yeah.
according right here. It says as stated by or in,
Right.
depending on whether, right? So as stated by this word.
Okay. Now.
As stating by or in this word.
Now, if we go to the same one, I'm not trying to get into.
No, it's all good. Now, also, I would like to add that when you go to the Greek, when you go to the Hebrew,
Yeah.
there's not a definition for the word according.
No. This is the same.
I'm talking about in the Bible. When
Right.
you go to the Bible and you go to the blue letter Bible,
Yeah.
and you go into the Hebrew,
Right.
there's no definition for according.
Okay.
That may have been added by the English.
English. Right.
So,
Okay. Got a
so
point.
now let's say we don't use according.
Right.
If they speak not this word, there is no light in them.
Okay.
If let's say according wasn't there, because this according is going to all these different definitions, and we can't find a definition for it in the blue letter.
Absolutely.
So if they speak not this word, there is no light.
Mm.
The scriptures say, "Speak as the oracles of the Most High."
Right.
So we're supposed to speak as the oracles of the Most High, speaking out of these scriptures. Lean out into thy own understanding, but speak the scripture.
Got another one.
Now
right?
it says, hold on. I just want to say this. Underneath, as stated by or in, it also says in a manner corresponding or confirming to, and in proportion or relation to. Now,
What's a correspondence?
correspondence. That's a good question.
They type up correspondence in court, don't they? They have people that type down the notes in the correspondence where they can go back and relate verbatim what was said at 259 in court.
Okay, so correspondence means to have a close similarity, match or agree almost exactly.
Or agree almost
Exactly.
exactly.
That's a fact. That's a
So
fact.
that means bound word. I don't care if, hey, look, we do that all day. We'll take it and we'll repackage it, but it's the same thing.
But
We just give you a different
exactly.
analogy. But we can't say that about Nipsey Hussle.
All right.
Can't say that because this place is gonna be destroyed. Did he say that? Did he say that? Don't worry about building up your riches here. Did he say don't worry about building your riches here, but build your riches in heaven?
Yup.
Did he say repent and come back to the laws, statutes, and testimonies of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai?
He didn't say all of that, but he did.
Then he,
Well, then he
then
wouldn't.
that
No,
question, is
but-
he really talking about what we talking?
No,
we talking
but
about the scriptures.
he is. But again, this is in a different message and in a different format. That's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Now, yeah. Now again,
Hey, I'll say this, man. And it's in our people's spirit. We want unity.
right?
We want unity. We want to be together. You want to be able to walk down the street and not have your brother look at you with that evil look, man.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? We all want that.
And it
But the
can. It's
question
possible.
is, how do we get that? Right?
Again,
Nipsey Hussle is trying to do that by another means.
Yeah.
but again, with the situation of what Nipsey Hussle was doing, he took a building, and this is examples. He took a building just like this one that we're standing in front of. He took a building like this, sold a mixtape for $100 a piece with 10. He turned $100 into $1,000 in one day. Then he went ahead and bought more merchandise, more ways of getting income legally, right? Then after that, long story short, he built and built and built
Yeah,
and made what we call a blueprint.
He was trying to build black wealth. Right?
Not just that though.
But what else?
He was also consciously telling people when you, okay, there's a saying, I forget which book I read, because I also dwell into a lot of like different things when I read. It's a certain part in a certain book where it's talking about basically you can have a normal conversation with somebody and get the same knowledge and give that person the same knowledge that you're reading as of right now. For example, every time you read a scripture, you give a regular way. You give a
Practical interpretation.
right, exactly. It's the same thing. All he does is take the same information because his family is they are from the tribes of Israel, and he knows this. It was common. That's why his family doesn't have to worry about anything.
But you know the difference though? We coming and we telling you, we packaging it and we giving all the scriptures say do all things unto the honor of the Most High. We're letting you know
Most
outright. This is all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We're telling you. See, all praises wasn't going to the Lord in Nipsey's case.
That's a
He
fact,
was
yeah.
worshipped.
Yeah.
So if he was doing any of that you saying, I don't see that. I ain't into that. I don't know. But if he was, that praise was diverted from the Most High and rested upon him, and that was his transgression. That's why he died.
I got you.
That's why he died. I'm gonna get this Job 4 and 7.
Yes,
Got
sir.
Job 4 and 7.
Oh,
Right, right.
Go ahead.
I was told this was me.
Or read out.
This is Job chapter 4, verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, for where were the righteous cut off?
Whoever appears being innocent.
So he did something.
Yeah. Right.
No violence
That's a
or
fact.
bad for no reason. All for a reason.
Right.
And we're not asking you to glorify us or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go back to this. And doing this, we know is approved of being the acts of righteousness.
Listen, most
Stamp
definitely.
of approval. So we're gonna keep
We
doing this.
most definitely. Of course, we all not gonna be worshiped, but
I don't want
Me neither.
the light that sits on you guys, from God watching y'all, seeing what y'all do every single day, there's no way, shape, or form calamities will come y'all way. And I don't mean to say that to like,
Lord willing.
you feel me?
Lord willing.
Yeah,
Lord willing.
Yeah.
Lord willing,
We
you know what I'm
do it
saying?
to the end. That's all
Right,
I can
most
say.
definitely. Again, I don't mean to like be conflictive or anything
No,
like
you
that.
good.
Everything that I do is to, because I also need understanding. So every time we have this, even having this conversation, I done learned so much. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
And again, whenever y'all out here, most definitely I'm gonna be out here. Most definitely.
Who got
And
Luke 4:28?
Hey, we definitely not take like let's say if you was really like being belligerent, we would have been told to beat up the block. So you ain't gotta feel like we, you know what I'm saying, taking that no type of way. We just dialogue.
Yeah, that's
going
all.
through the scriptures, man.
Right, and we ain't
What we love
offended.
doing.
We ain't offended. We ain't not emotional about these different things. We, you know, like I say, bro, and I'll say me personally, I understand and know what you're talking about because before I came to True, look, I used to gangbang. I used to do all that bullshit. I'm not even gonna give you my whole rap shit. I used to do all that bullshit. But my mindset was, you know what? I'm gonna teach all these young kids that want to gangbang. I'm gonna show them not to gangbang. I done did all that shit that they want to do and brag about and did all that shit.
Right.
That shit is not cool. I wanted to open a boxing gym. Remember, I wanted to do all that. I was trying to look for a boxing gym to put money into that and try to get back to the kids and say, bro, don't do this. You used to say, I tried. What did the Lord say? Nope. You want to teach this word. I formed you in the belly. I formed you in the belly. You see? In my own mind, I wanted to try to change my people in a positive way. To be that leader, to be like, what they call them people? To be philanthropists.
No, give me like a
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
like a
That's a
mentor.
good one, though.
Be a mentor.
What we talking about was philanthropy.
That's a good one, though.
Even I can't define it off the top of my head. And I be saying all type of
Well,
shit.
yeah, but
most
I
definitely.
was trying to be a brotherly mentor for the young youth because I've been there, I've done that, and I could be like, okay, he's someone we can look up to. He's done that because the only people you gonna listen to, right? The only people you gonna listen to is what? A person that has been through that. You see, because you're going to be able to connect to somebody more who have been through it.
Right.
Because you can you experience that. You know, you can talk about situations where you can feel it. You're like, I know this person won't make that up. He can talk about it too quick, or he can, go and break down the details of the situation, so they will understand you more.
Right.
But like I said, I thought I was going to do that, but the Lord changed that around. I stopped listening to certain gangbanging music or certain music that, remember, go to frequencies.
Right.
Because I knew that can get me amped up back on some bullshit, just riding around thinking about bullshit. But the Lord switched all that around because I can listen to certain music now and it's cool.
Right.
But before, in the first transitions, I had to cut it off because I wasn't strong enough.
Renew your mind.
I was renewing my mind. I wasn't strong enough. So even that too. So like I said, bro, I see what you're saying. I see your zeal.
Hey, I got
But it's going back to not according to knowledge. You got the zeal for most of it, but you're going back to the black wealth, economics, about this, what about that, which is
That will take time.
It'll take time, but you're still in the right place. You're still in the right place in the spirit where you're looking like this shit is not right. There gotta be a better way.
Facts.
Ain't nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur.
Right.
But you gotta remember what's most important.
Exactly.
Keep that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, keep that.
That's cool.
That's cool.
No,
Yeah.
That's good. But this is what's most important.
Yeah, you put this
Right.
first.
No, you absolutely correct.
You gotta survive. You gotta
Yeah,
live.
yeah.
Hey, we not telling you not to work and not to, you know what I mean? Now, if you sell a drug, you stop that. But
Oh, no.
you know what I mean? As far as like legal, legit, that's
Yeah,
cool.
if you push a black business, we so-called black, but we know what you mean. You push a black business, we cool with that.
Right.
If you got stuff in it that we like, we gonna support.
Yep.
But what we would tell you on the flip side, hey, bro, don't get comfortable with it, and don't just think about that all
Don't make
day.
it
because
your whole life.
Don't make it your whole life because it's gonna be destroyed very soon.
You want to know the most amazing thing? I honestly want to do what y'all do.
Hey, that's
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Being called to.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing I want to do is to educate my brothers and sisters. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for no wealth gain out of it. I'm not looking for the same way y'all doing out here. Y'all not out here waiting for people to give y'all money because y'all giving knowledge or nothing like that. It's plenty of motherfuckers out here that do that. Even with the Bible, they do that. You know what I'm saying?
In these churches.
Exactly. But we seeing brothers like that actually have positive intentions on that is rare. It's rare to see that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know.
And you gotta watch amongst us Israelites too, because you gotta. There's
Different
probably
groups out
4 or 5 camps down here, Israelites, right? We're all Israelites, but we all don't teach the same thing. We might teach majority of the same thing, but certain things they might teach just off that we don't teach.
Right.
You see? And we
all
all
how the Lord
That's how you know the Lord does it
Just
too.
separate.
Because you got all these different things. The Lord leads you to the correct path.
Absolutely.
If he have chosen you.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, but most people get presented with it. There's a lot of these groups out here that started after they came to GM, after they came across us, then they didn't fit in or didn't like this and went and did something else. But yeah, like the brother was saying, also too I want to mention, that was a perfect example of that scripture we read. About him having his own purpose and the Lord withdrawing him from that purpose and sealing in him those instructions for what he
What?
I saw you. Hey, look,
He walking too close to you, man. I don't like that.
Man.
He walking too
Hey, like I
close.
told you, but hey,
right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, bro. That's love. But I ain't worried about that nigga, man. I ain't worried about him, bro. I ain't worried about him, bro. I'm talking to you. I want you to
I
focus
feel
on
you.
this.
You
That's
right.
Satan. Fuck him.
You right.
We're talking to you, bro.
Word.
So the Most High withdrawed him from that purpose, which it was good. It was a good intention.
Yeah.
It was a good cause, so to speak. But this is more important.
Right.
And so the Lord turned him 360 or 180 or whatever, said, no, man, go this way. You see? And so that was, like I said, that was a manifestation of that scripture in his life.
Yeah.
The
Because
Most High sealed his instruction.
Because even my aunts and certain people used to say, they used to say, where I came into the truth, they didn't even know I was reading the Bible and all that stuff. They used to say, you should be a speaker. You should do this. You should do that. You're a good leader. You should teach, right? I heard it, but I never understood it till now, or I mean, a couple years ago. But now it'd be like, that's what they was telling me. That's the message they was saying to me that I didn't receive the whole time. That's what they were saying, bro. You're a leader. You're a teacher. Then my stepdad would say, "Oh, you was always a teacher or a leader. You used to go outside. People used to play outside games, and guess what you used to do? You go outside. You used to redirect the whole game. Now they playing big game. It wasn't out of bully. It was just I had a leader spirit.
Right.
See?
Absolutely.
I didn't ask to be a leader. It just how it was set up.
It was your calling.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But it takes a lot with being a leader too.
Right.
See, or
Absolutely.
this person that's being king, because all responsibility falls on you.
That's a fact.
Everything falls on you. But king fuck up what they say. They all look at the king. You made that judgment.
Hey, the scripture says, as the king, so is his
So it's
people.
people.
Right.
And the scriptures also say, be ye not many masters, or we shall receive the greater condemnation.
Right.
You have more responsibility.
So whom
But
else is
You
given,
got
us is
people under
required.
you that if you lead them
Right.
astray,
You just stay right.
the Lord go fuck you up even 10
Yeah,
times more.
that's
But
fact.
at the end of the day, fuck me, because I ain't nothing. I'm just a servant of the Lord,
Right.
trying to push this word to the elect, and to try to continue to build all my brothers up. Go ahead.
It's Sirach 33 and 17. Consider that I labored not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning.
Read it again.
Sirach 33 and 17. Consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning.
Yeah, so the Lord put on your spirit, you might think you laboring for yourself, but really you laboring to push the message so other brothers can receive that message.
Absolutely.
Because we do more than street preaching.
Mm.
We do our own YouTube personal lessons, breaking down the Bible the correct way. And most of us brothers up here got channels where we teach. So this word goes out to the four corners of the earth.
That's absolutely.
So we break down the Bible the correct way.
And it goes out every single day.
Right.
All
Yeah.
languages.
And we all teach each other. We all teach each other. See, from the younger brother to the oldest brother, we all teach each other.
Word.
A younger brother could teach me something that I ain't know. If I might go into a certain word, I might saying something in a way that I ain't see it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you know what? That's right.
oh.
Right, for
You
real.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like even today, brother was reading the scripture, and the way he read it, I was like, oh, I never really thought about that part. It's simple. It's simple.
We the Israelites.
That's right. So are you.
It's just a form of
Things,
greeting.
man.
That's
Either way.
That's all.
Yeah,
It's an Arabic
it
form of
is,
greeting.
But guess what?
I know
It's
it's
Hebrew.
no, that's true.
That, and get what is that tied to? Islam.
No,
And we
that's
ain't that, and we ain't gonna promote that.
Man, yeah.
We ain't gonna acknowledge
So
it.
we're not accepting it. Yeah.
Exactly. We ain't gonna give that no platform up here. No.
I know it's a greeting.
Yeah,
Well, you know what it
we had
means
to,
too.
we had to let him know, bro, we the Israelites.
So are you.
See?
Like the bro
Because he identified us as what at first?
Islam.
Islam, Muslim.
Right. I
So
feel
I had to say, no, we Israelites.
right.
Greeting or not. If I say shalom. That's my greeting to him.
Shalom.
Peace to you, brother. Or shalom, peace to you, brother.
Word. Shalom.
That's my
Okay.
greeting to him.
Right. Absolutely.
Or a person say hi, not even doing English hi. They
Right.
greet you, hi.
That's
But don't greet me in that. Don't greet me in that religious fashion. We'll
We ain't with that religion.
The way he does it, that's a formal way of how the Arabs, they greet each other.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the language, and that whole thing is steeped into their religion.
And it all
That's why they
comes.
say Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
Like, peace unto you.
And
Right.
it puts an image in your mind when that's said.
Right.
If I say to you, well, howdy, partner, you're going to think of cowboy. If I say, what's up with it, you're going to be like, that's a homie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So same way, likewise, assalamu alaikum, man, wait a minute, ain't no Muslim. You know? So that's all. That's all.
Really wasn't no harm, no foul, but nah, bro, we Israelites. We gotta separate ourselves from what we do.
Like agreeing them back, that will almost be like we're like agreeing with that whole,
There you go.
like we in agreement with them. Nah, it's not the case over here. We walk together except they be agreed.
Now that goes into like you was going into that unity. You was going into that unity, right? You see? See now the way he just looked at us, I can't unify with him. Or but the way they looked at me, I can't unify with them. How can I unify with them? You already gave me the look like, well, fuck
These
niggas.
niggas.
These niggas. The way he just sat at us walking back, I can't unify with that person. See? I ain't gonna say I hate them. But I can't unify with them.
Right.
See? Because we gotta be the same
Of
accord.
one mind towards one another.
Exactly.
And we got to be of the same judgment.
Yeah.
Hey, even with that whole BLM thing, they conglomerate, really that's secretly agenda for LGBTQ.
Yeah.
They ain't even unified in what they
Right.
do.
That's a
They done turned this whole thing to a damn gay parade.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Hey,
That's a
man.
fact, man.
This whole Black Lives Matter thing, man, it's really not doing anything, man. You got chicks up there twerking in front of the police. What's twerking gonna do?
Exactly. Exactly.
Jiggle your ass ain't gonna get you salvation.
That just shows how destroyed the nations were.
It's ridiculous.
Don't say jiggle like
Yeah.
but that's right though. But they twerking in front of burning cop cars. Come on, man, you look retarded.
Somebody got a
That's
scripture?
it. That's
It's Amos 3 and verse 3.
Oh, there we go.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Can they?
Right.
Can
That's a
both
good
kids
question.
agree? How you gonna walk together? How y'all gonna walk together and not be on the same?
Hey, you know that game? They got the three-legged race.
Yeah.
You tie two legs together, now y'all gotta run. Y'all gotta be in unison.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
left, right,
yeah,
left.
right.
Right.
If I'm saying right and you saying left, we about to fall.
That's true.
Two cannot walk together except they be agreed. And we cannot be unequally yoked with unbelievers.
Who got that? You got it.
I got 1 Corinthians.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord, you say Jesus Christ, but it's Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you,
Right.
but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
So in any group that you can form together outside of these scriptures, everybody's not going to say the same thing. There's going to be certain slight little things that can divide them. That's gonna divide them. You see? Well, I think I can sleep with your wife. Oh, yeah, I think you can't.
No.
You know what I mean? So now we got a major issue on our hands, and those things exist. But see, with this in the right way being taught, with this being our guideline, the scriptures, we don't have any schisms. You know, and we're taught things in order how to deal with each other. You see?
That's fact.
And so that's where you get the true unity. You know?
Word. That's definitely.
This is 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
Right. So be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. When you think about a yoke, it's something that they have yokes for animals, where they can like yoke two ox together, two bulls or whatever, and then they would pull a plow, right? So let's say you got a big ox and you got a little baby ox on the other side of the yoke. They both got chains on. One of them doing more than the other. You see what I mean? So likewise, we believe this. Then you try to join up with somebody that don't believe. You struggling. You beating your head against the wall, trying to get them to understand. You can't do that, brother. You can't do that. But he don't believe. He don't believe. So you wasting your time.
Right. That's just like you trying to get a gangbanger out the street. You keep trying to be the peacemaker, bro. Come on. So there's
Don't
this
do
nigga like,
that.
"Go ahead with
So
that
they know.
shit."
Man, I'm riding on the ops, nigga. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
get out of here. What's that movie with DMS when they was riding in the car? He was like, hey, man, all I care about is money. This and that, yada, yada.
Oh,
Yeah, when
Cradle to
Sincere
the
was trying to
grave.
be on some more.
Yeah, fuck this one. Yeah. I'm being stupid. He didn't give a fuck. Ran the light and then bragged about it. You're right. You're right. Sincere was like, yeah, I'm gonna get out the game. Me and the wife, homie, me and the wife. And B kept pulling his ass back in, man.
Nah, big. So they want to pull you down right with them.
Yep.
Hey, just like look, example with the women. A lot of women, a lot of these hoes, a lot of these thoughts, right? They really hate and don't like the friend that got one body or two bodies. You know what I'm saying? They don't like them because they like, this bitch thinks she too good.
right.
Well, who she thinks she is, and where she can keep herself, if you got one body, pure, so to speak.
Right.
Only given to one man.
Right.
Who she
Absolutely.
thinks she better than us because she ain't got to sleep with all these different men. But that's how a lot of women look at that too.
Right.
She
Yeah.
thinks she better than she thinks she is because they done gave they box up to 30 niggas.
Yeah. And then because they thought
And it's usually what? Hoes flock together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? You
Very
really see
true.
that just that one person that's not a hoe. How she gonna hang with them? How she gonna have fun with them?
Right.
How you-
Like that, she gonna get
Don't
her
bring,
soon.
don't bring that bitch. She gonna fuck up the whole party.
Yep. And the only way you will
That's
see
how
him,
it goes.
the only way you might will see him is because they don't realize that they don't really fit in with them motherfuckers.
Right?
Man.
Yeah.
Because you rarely find that woman to begin with. So
Right.
if you do see her with the group of thotties, she don't realize that she don't really fit in with they
Right.
ass.
She's just trying to be cool. Just like robbers. Bro, I don't rob, bro. I'm not hanging with a group of robbers. All you niggas do is rob.
Right.
I'm not hanging with you.
Right.
Proverbs, the first chapter, tell you about thugs and robbing, bro.
Mhm.
It says, my son, consent not unto them, man.
Yeah.
Right? Because that whole thing goes back, really, you don't end up dead and destroyed.
Right. Yep. The book of Hosea 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So our people all have a destroyed concept. Why? Because they have rejected the knowledge. We try to give them the knowledge. Right? We can go into building economics, right? To the point where we need to. Not because we want to do it of this world, but just to make, right, maybe just to support each other and things like that.
Right.
We can go to the scriptures and get the knowledge on how to eat better and you know, just do different things, but our people reject it. Because we say, okay, well, we say what the Lord say, I'll say that. We tell our people don't eat certain food, like pork,
Right.
lobster and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Because the Lord said it for a reason. Now, what does all those different animals, majority, because now all animals do it now with the bullshit Esau pushing them, but what do they give our people?
Cancer and diseases.
Yep.
Cancer and diseases.
Absolutely.
Diabetes, more parasites, things like that, gout, high blood pressure. Shit, we tell them that. But what do our people do? They wait to go to the damn white man to say, you know what they call the doctor. Hey, you know you shouldn't be eating that.
You gotta stop. You gotta slow down.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. And then they're gonna come on. Then they're gonna come back to the family and say, well, you know, Dr. Lopez. No, it won't be this right.
Dr. Finkelstein.
Dr.
He said-
Dr.
You got
Finkelstein.
some Dr. Lopez
Right,
too.
right. Dr. Finkelstein told me that I shouldn't eat these certain things because, you know, it's bad for my body. Meanwhile, you done told them that shit 2 years ago, like, well, the Lord said stop eating. But it just shows you how destroyed our people's mindset is because they're ready to listen to their word instead of with the Lord. Now, what we know, the Lord is looking out for them as a benefit package. Like, look, I'm looking out for you. Don't eat this shit because
Right.
it's bad for you.
Right.
They don't want to hear.
So I got one question. How do I claim my part in the tribe of Israel?
Huh? Say it again?
I said, how do I
You already are.
No, say it again?
how do I claim my part in the tribe of Israel?
Is your dad is a so-called Negro?
Yeah.
Or you, whatever your dad may be, because really you could be a Gadite. You could be a Reubenite. You might not even be Negro.
Oh.
But, first of all, we know you Jake already, so you saying claim your part,
Yeah.
you already an Israelite.
It's your
Okay.
blood right, bro.
This is, you You can't change it whether you like it or not. You already Israelites by blood.
Okay, you bet.
It's in your genetics.
It's in your genes. Now, what am I thinking of? Deuteronomy 28 and 37. 37. 37. 20 and 37. You this by blood, bro. Because this is not a religion. You can't convert to this. You can't convert to a heritage because by blood you already an Israelite. That's your neck. You got it? Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37.
Jeremiah 17 and 4. Yeah.
Right. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
Right, so now, going back to the curses, it says a sign and a wonder. The Lord said we was going to be a proverb, an astonishment, and a byword. Wherever we go all throughout the earth. So where all of our people are scattered to the four corners of the earth, as the Lord says, what? We are being called what? Niggas, spicks, black, wetback, tomahawk, savages, what's the other word? Porch monkeys, baboons. What other words they got for us? Oh, they got all types of them. But the point is, wherever we're scattered, they got all these nicknames for us. Oh, African American.
Yeah.
Indian,
Black.
yeah, black.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Colombian. But wait a minute. The Lord gave us beautiful names. Where we at? We got you a so-called Negro, you a Judite. Come from the tribe of Judah. To add on,
Yeah.
you was about to say what I was about to say?
Yeah,
Go
the
ahead.
word Judah, it comes from the Hebrew word Yahweh, which means Yahweh praise. Or thank Yahweh, meaning thanking the Lord. Right? So all these different tribes and names, they have meaning.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is, you come from the tribe of Judah, that makes you a real Jew.
Oh wow.
Did you know that them Jews, over the people that claim to be the Jews, you know them ain't the real Jews?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I already knew that.
So you knew they wasn't the real Jews.
Yeah.
So who would you say they were?
They was just plain white people.
Well, that's good enough.
They was Caucasian. They was from the Caucasus Mountains.
Edomite. Okay, that's good enough, Edomite. But guess what? If you are a so-called Negro, then you'll be a real Jew. Because every Jew is an Israelite, but every Israelite is not a Jew. What that means is, to be a Jew, you got to come from the tribe of Judah. But y'all all Israelites.
Wow.
But you got to be an Israelite to be a Jew. Don't be a Jew anyway.
Jeremiah 17.
Yeah, yep.
Jeremiah 17, verse 14.
4.
No, 4. And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth, because of.
What you got? Jeremiah 17 and 4.
He says, Salaki. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Right, you discontinue from your. We all discontinue from our heritage. So when we was grown, when we grew up, we was taught that probably majority of us probably was all totally African American. You know what I'm saying? Just back and forth.
Right.
But when you come into this knowledge, you start to understand. Well, I come from one of these 12 beautiful tribes.
Right. Absolutely.
Go ahead. So I said you should discontinue from thy heritage. Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Right, so a lot of our people don't know who they go back to. A lot of people don't know who they are. We go back to the Israelites because we discontinue from our heritage. Now, following up with that, you want to say something?
Yeah, because y'all brought out the scripture earlier about being an astonishment, proverb, and a byword. So the Spirit was on me to go into each of those words.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So when you go into that word, an astonishment, this is a curse that was upon us, right? It said you will be a waste, a horror, and an appallment. Have you ever heard like one of them fancy white people on the video be like, I'm shocked and I'm appalled. This is so appalling.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So that's us when they see us like, ugh, look at them motherfuckers. They all destroyed and desolate. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it's going.
That's how we look to these other nations, man. All right?
Is this the beauty of perfection?
Excellency of the Lord's glory. Okay, so a proverb it's like a similitude or a parable, a sentence or an opinion. Okay, a byword, a similitude, or a poem. A sentence of ethical wisdom. So a proverb for so-called black people would be like what? They lazy.
Yeah.
They eat watermelon and fried chicken.
Yeah.
They leave their children. You know, things of that nature.
Oh, Mexicans work too hard.
They eat a lot of beans and rice, which is true. They do eat a lot of beans and rice. But you know, just I love beans and rice.
He said-
Right now. So you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's just things like that. You know, they drink too much. You know, so there's different proverbs that are said to us, that are said about us in these different nations that we go into. So like the bro was reading too, you know, about losing our heritage. You know, and get this last one and a byword. Okay, byword. It says something pointed, a sharp word or a sharp cutting word, a taunt, or a something with a G-I-B-E. I don't even know what that is. A taunt or a jibe, a gibe, I don't know. But there are these taunting words that they have towards us. You niggers, you spit, you wetbacks.
Hey, back in the day, man, we used to have these black people. They'll chase Dick down. Like, oh, get back here, blackie.
Yeah.
Right? That's part of the bywords, man. There's a word that they call us, but we're really the Israelites.
And the chief tribe has more bywords than all of them. Horse monkey, jigaboo, spear chucker, coon,
Oh man.
all type of these words that have been pointed at us, man. You know? So just backing that up, you know, you get a broader perspective of us being the proverb and the byword and an astonishment among all the nations where the Lord has scattered us. Because we exist in all nations on the planet Earth. And in all those nations we look down upon in all those societies. So you're gonna have people that act like us that don't look like us necessarily, but they go back to these nations of people. Like you mentioned earlier, something about so-called white people that do certain behaviors, or they might be down for the cause.
Yes.
They might be Israelites.
Yeah, you never know.
They might go back to this lineage.
Hold on. Go ahead, bro. I got something. Go ahead.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro. So that's another aspect to it that most of these other camps, the Israelites ain't gonna teach you. They may not teach you that. Some of them might. For the most part, they on this old black, your skin gotta be a certain color. You know, we gotta know you a nigga. No, it ain't always about that.
You wanna
It's
know
about
what's-
the spirit.
You wanna know what's crazy? Like
Somebody get numbers 1 and 18.
everything you saying is 100% correct. Everything I done tried to do, like even with music.
You know how long black
If
people
I-
live on this earth?
Excuse me, ma'am.
You know
How
how
can I
long
help you?
You know how long black people live on this earth?
Are you coming to reprimand me for using the word?
No, I'm asking
Okay.
a question.
We've
I'm
been
not
here for a
reverend.
long time.
How long?
So hey, Shalom.
We the original.
We the original. That's right.
Meaning what? How long?
Well, the earth only been around about 3,000-4,000 years.
It hasn't. Only white people have been around for 6,000 years. We've been here 200 million years when dinosaurs were
According
here.
to what?
According to
See,
you have to go way back.
okay, about 12,000 years. But we,
Scientifically speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been here 200 million years.
well, that,
Okay,
we
hold
have
on.
to believe science. What science says about how long the earth existed. We go according to the Most High, the Bible, and recorded
Who
history.
wrote that?
Our people.
Men that were inspired by God.
The Israelites.
Okay.
And this is the
Well-
book about so-called Black, Latinos, and Native American people. Did you know that?
Let me tell you something. We've been around 200 million years, right? White people been around. We were jealous people. We left God. So God allowed the devil to come, white man to come, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The extraterrestrial came down and spliced the third chromosome and the DNA of monkey, different species of monkey, and made white people. They're Neanderthals. They're monkey DNA. They said we were monkeys, okay? They taking our history.
You
They're
gotta explain
taking
something to this. Hold on.
they're
You gotta
taking our
explain something to
There's
me.
a book called
How
12
come a
Planets.
black woman have very, very light-skinned, white-looking babies and very, very dark black-looking babies? It could
Because-
be twins out the womb.
But-
Why? Because that's
Because
where
you
white
ain't going
people
far
come
back.
from. It's that simple.
No, you ain't going that
Look,
far
we
back.
believe in the Bible. If you don't believe in the
Well,
Bible,
the Bible was written
then we
2,000
don't-
years
okay,
ago.
well, that's fine. We don't
Okay,
Can
white
we not
people-
talk about this? Because
It's the truth.
Look,
It's the truth,
this is
sir.
our platform. We don't want to go into aliens and monkeys and chromosomes and splicing.
But I'm
DNA.
saying-
we don't want to talk about that.
What is it-
Yaiku,
What
the
is
big
it?
head
What
scientists.
is? No, I'm gonna say that.
we don't
What
wanna
is
talk about all
666, sir?
Huh?
What does 666 represent?
that. What is it? What?
What does the number 666 represent?
It represents the mark of the beast.
No, it doesn't. It represents black people. God particles, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, carbon, the faith element, and ether. That's why you have melanin. That's why you're different from white people. If you shave a monkey, it's white. You got what I'm saying?
But there are wicked people. There are wicked people
Exactly.
with melanin, man.
I know, but let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. When the devil came here, he raped. Listen, he raped and ate the original people. That's why he had blue eyes. He didn't eat other monsters. You're not listening. They were called Caucasians. That was Egyptian Kemetic for cock ass suck.
We go through this.
Okay, but the white man wrote
If you say
that.
that the white man wrote this, then why do it say here that the white man is the evil? He's the bad guy in this book right here, man. He's the bad guy.
He's gonna
Okay.
get a hard judgment.
Okay. Sodom and Gomorrah. Was
About
there any sodomy in Africa? Was there any?
Them
sodom-
Kemites be
No,
sodomizing the
no,
hell
no,
out.
no,
Them
there
Kemites
was no
get
word
they
for
side
sodomy.
up.
No.
It don't matter what no word.
Sir,
They was
sir.
booty bumping.
Listen,
Yeah, because
that's what they did in Caucasus Mountains. You understand?
I'm sure.
That's what they do now.
I'm sure.
They still eat black people.
Who knows?
And these elite,
I'm sure. I'm sure.
and these
Who knows
elite
the story a lot?
groups. Listen, these elite groups, they eat and they call it melanated man. Okay, they eat you. Butt first. Okay, and these high. I'm serious. I'm not lying.
No, I believe that.
You
I
understand?
believe that, but
I get stuff
but
on my
sister-
Facebook that other people don't get. But they still
That's
have.
good.
They still have animal like bestiality. That's
Yeah,
when they're
yeah,
in the
of
Caucasus,
course.
but when they're in Caucasus Mountains, they're animals. That's that they're mankind. There's a book called The 12th Planet. It's the original white people. Don't listen to me. Get that book.
There's a
It's
book
called
called
The
the
12th.
13 Tribes.
Okay, but get the book called The 12th Planet, and they'll talk about how white people got here and why they're here.
But we don't.
God put it here to try us.
Hey, we don't
You're not-
believe in
See,
that.
you
But
got you got some
no,
of the
I
truth
say
and
read
you blend
everything.
it.
No, read everything. Don't just.
Okay.
This is their plan.
You
Listen.
got some of the truth, but
Sir,
you're blending it with a
I'm
lot
not.
of other stuff.
No, listen. You're
Yes,
listening.
God did put white people here to try us,
But
but
listen what
they wasn't
listen what I'm
created by
saying.
aliens.
But listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. That book, okay. Now just I'm gonna take it back. And in Genesis, right? It says it talks about Abraham, right? He saved Lot, right? His cousin, right? From Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Right.
And when the angels went there, what they would sleep with the angels, right? But
They were trying to sleep with the angels,
why?
yeah.
No, see, but this is Caucasian.
But those weren't white. Those weren't Caucasian people.
No, you're not listening. You're not, they saying it's you. They're saying it's you. It wasn't you. This was not your doctrine.
You got to understand
But
that
listen,
there's a difference between
Sir.
Africans and Israelites. There's a lot of stuff that you
But
talk
there wasn't no
about.
Israelites before.
There was always a chosen seed, though.
Sir,
There was
there
Adam's
wasn't religion
seed.
until 2,000 years ago.
Well,
Religion didn't come out till 2,000 years
We
ago.
not a religion,
White people got
though.
here 6,000 years ago. Masons got here 3,000 years ago. Religion got here 2,000 years ago. It's 2020. Just like you said, 1999, the world's supposed to end all this stuff because their time is up on this earth. You guys don't listen to me. Read your stuff and read their stuff. And then when you read everything, you're gonna make your own decision. Don't just believe what they say. Read your stuff and read their stuff. Read this.
No. What
She
we
came
just
here to
doing?
distract you.
No. Listen.
Now,
hear me
then I
out.
said it every time.
It's hard to unlearn something you've been learning all
I'm
your
not.
life.
I'm not.
Well, I didn't
I'm not
learn this all
denying
my
or
life. I only
agreeing.
been
All
in
I'm
this.
saying is what she's explaining is to ascertain the truth. That's it.
Right.
What?
She's not
She
saying.
ain't trying to ask questions. She's trying to tell us what she believes.
No, I'm
No,
not.
from what I hear from what she's saying. Is
Okay, so
to take take the same scripture, same book that we talking about and we agree upon. Take that and the same information that she found,
Read your history and read
and
that.
then read that.
That's their
all.
plan.
That's
That's
what
their
I'm
plan.
getting.
No, it's not.
That's what I'm getting from it.
Listen,
Well-
some of it is mixed in there.
well,
Some of
so-
it's true and some is not.
so,
But if you
okay.
read your stuff, when you read that, you'll have different
That's
eyes.
what I'm getting.
You'll have
Alright,
different
so,
eyes, okay?
let me
You'll
say
have
this.
different eyes.
Why is this platform a threat to Esau's society? Of
Who's Esau's
the
society?
young Israelite men from these 12 respective tribes, why is this more of a threat than anything else everybody is doing? Why?
It's not a threat.
It is a threat. Because guess who's the main
wrong.
target?
It's wrong.
Guess who
It's
they
wrong.
put out the streets? If it was wrong and Esau know it was wrong, then what?
Because I read my word every
If
day.
they
I
know it's wrong,
I'm an Israelite.
why would they
I'm
be
from
wrong?
Panama. So I'm a Sabulan.
Say it again.
I'm a Sabulan sister.
And she's an
That's
Israelite.
right.
From
I'm an
Panama?
Israelite.
Okay, but I'm going way back to the beginning. I'm going way back to the
So I know
beginning.
where I'm coming
I'm
from.
going, okay, in their Bible,
That's why
in their
we
Bible.
don't have no unity, brothers with brothers and sisters there, because we don't got no time to
read the
be
Bible.
Let me explain it. Okay,
We don't
so I'm
have
gonna
no
go.
unity
Abraham
here.
saved Lot, right?
Okay,
That
I
was
will
his
not
cousin,
be
right?
put down.
That was his cousin, right? Okay, from Sodom and Gomorrah, that's anal, all that stuff. That's Caucasus Mountain stuff. Okay. So okay, right. So okay, Noah's Ark happened. So if Abraham wasn't on the ark, how do you meet Sarah and Hagar?
You
How do you make sense? If he wasn't on Noah's Ark and he wiped up the world flood wiped up the world, right? So if you don't read the Bible, read all your stuff.
Say your statement.
You mixing up the stories.
No, I'm not.
Say your statement. What about Noah?
Okay, Noah happened right after Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Okay.
Abraham saved Lot. So how did Abraham meet Sarah and Hagar after the flood?
Well, hold on.
And he got wiped out. He wasn't on the boat.
You gotta go.
He wasn't on the boat.
Mixing up the timeline.
No, I'm not. He wasn't on the boat.
Everything's not chronological in the scripture.
He gonna make an excuse.
Things are not chronological.
Okay, he said let there be
There's
light.
excuses and then there's facts.
That's not a fact.
Because everybody came out of Shem, Ham, and
Okay,
Japheth.
okay,
right.
okay.
Everybody came
So
out of
you
Noah's
went back.
three
You went
sons.
way
I told you.
backwards.
You jumping around.
I said, no, Noah's Ark came right after Sodom and Gomorrah. Noah's Ark came after
What
Sodom and
came after
Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah is Lot and his daughters.
Right, Lot and his daughters had he got him drunk and all that. See,
Exactly.
that wasn't
That happened
that's not African practice. That's you when you're
You're not
Africa, but there's no word for pervert
So
in
what was
Africa.
we
There's no word for rape in Africa. There's no word for sodomy in Africa.
Yeah, back to what we were talking about. That's right.
Nations, there's no word for
Let's
that
get
type
back
of
into
perversion.
So now,
They said that is that's
Came with
European.
distract.
We're going
That's
into
what we
European
were
mountain
saying
stuff.
about
They're giving us their
what we were saying
doctrine.
about the seed of men.
They're giving us their doctrine.
pay attention.
Excuse me, man.
So
They're giving us
when
their
we,
doctrine. Taking ours.
so when we
They
deal
said
with
we
the
were
seed
monkeys,
of
they
men,
were
right?
monkeys. You shape a monkey is white, it's not black.
No, okay, so we deal with the seed of men, right? And then, and I'll say this to all this, every nation on this earth has melanin except for one group of people, the Edomites. Chinese people has melanin.
They're not men.
Japanese people have melanin.
Right.
Every nation has melanin on the earth except for Esau. Now, read that, bro. Oh, what you got? Read that, bro.
Numbers 1:18.
Numbers
Confusion, man. I might have to edit that
On
out.
the west side shall be the standard of the camp of Ephraim, according to
Numbers 1 and 18?
1 and 18.
Yeah, 1 and 18.
You still learning them numbers, I know.
Okay, okay.
Romans.
Proverbs
Roman
27:4.
numerals.
What does it say? Who can stand against jealousy, right? That's the weapon right there. Who can stand against jealousy? So I can make you jealous of me. I can make you jealous. We're gonna fight, right? You're not. That's the problem with black people at first. Like this, like right now. Okay, I'm not trying to compete with you. I'm trying to give you information. I'm trying to tell you how to find out what the truth is.
information, so if two cannot walk together unless they agree. And so,
Numbers
sis,
1 and
if you
18.
feel like your
Learn it in
knowledge,
that book.
if you feel like your knowledge is transcendent, well, unfortunately, we don't want to rise to that level because we've been taught through the scriptures to not go into
They
all
wrote
that.
that, right?
Well, we don't
They wrote
believe
it and
that.
gave it to you.
We don't believe that.
They wrote it.
Everybody lock in.
Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 12 years old and upward by their poll.
Right.
Now, contrary to popular belief, in this world, you are taught that you are what your mother is. That's what they teach. But you are what your father is according to the Bible.
Right.
Okay?
It
Now,
meant
for
prosperity.
instance,
It meant
this young boy right here, right? So-called Caucasian looking, right? Talking to you, bro, because these brothers know already. He's an Israelite. Why is he an Israelite? How? How is he an Israelite?
Yeah, because it's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. You could just start, and they declared their pedigrees.
Bro. Who over here a little bit more time? You want to speak to the sister? Go a little bit. How is he an Israelite?
Seed of the Israelite.
His father's an Israelite.
Let's let them read that again. Through your lineage, like we said, like we talked about earlier about certain people that may look like so-called white people, but in actuality they go back to the lineage of Israel. You see?
See? Now his father is Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Now,
See, now look at Blake Griffin's father.
We showed the timeline of what happened. Blake Griffin's dad is a Haitian, so-called Haitian, a black man. He slept with a white woman.
He got Blake Griffin.
There go Blake Griffin. What did Blake Griffin do? The same thing. That's his woman. That's his son. That's how our nation can look sometimes. But he's an Israelite. He looked like he's white, but he's an Israelite.
That's right.
You see? Oh, let's go to what's dude's name?
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones. All Quincy Jones daughters look like white women. Guess what? They're all so-called black. Did you know that? Skin color don't mean nothing. That's what we're saying. No, you're not.
Well,
Look at her. Beautiful.
We're gonna continue.
I'm
Yeah,
when she was young.
Right. They hate me. Okay, for nothing.
The curses. See, that's why. That's why you don't know that. That's why.
I'm not cursed.
She said, "Why do black people hate me?"
I'm a sovereign. No, you're saying
You are
You a
too.
sovereign citizen in your enemy's land. What type of citizen that man? You still gotta live by the law of the land. You still gotta live by the law of the land.
Yeah, that's Rashida
I'm a
Jones.
holy being from another.
Okay.
Another
Okay.
race.
Bro.
Some of us are more
Bro.
than judges. Some of us are disguised.
Okay.
Black or white.
So,
We're different. Asians,
Tracy
everything.
Ellis Ross.
You go back
Is
skin
she white or
color.
black?
Oh.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yeah, didn't she play
Is
on
she white or
Girlfriend?
black?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the light skin.
Light
Light
skin
skin
joint.
one. And she was in that Igor joint. What was that? Yeah, Earthquake.
He's a
Yeah, she
so-called
was in
G.
Earthquake. She right
Because
there.
Diana Ross was a whore. She slept with all those different men in the industry. All her kids. Matthew 25. Somebody give me Matthew 25. Because look, these are all
She
tears.
not a Jake.
All tears.
Now, unless by some miraculous way that fake Jew was an Israelite,
Yeah.
then she is a fake Jew.
Oh, let's go to your boy,
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
Oh,
A lot of
boy.
our people think he's of our people.
Right.
He looked like you a little bit. Guess what? He's white.
I'm glad she left.
He's white. Because it's not about color. Now we can go back to normal.
Call out y'all about
Call all y'all about my shot. Now, it's not about color. You see? He looks like he could be a black person or people of our own, but his lineage goes back to this devil.
Right.
So which would make him a what? A chocolate-covered Edomite.
Chocolate covered Edomite.
He look like you. He look like your people, but he ain't. You know, there's certain people you see, you like, man, you don't even act like really. And that's maybe
Might not
true.
be, yeah.
But really, why they really don't go back to your people. So you see certain people on the stage and say, I hate black people and this and that. Even though our people do it, sometimes they're just really an Edomite.
I like that little too fast girl that went on that damn
Doja
talk
Cat?
show. No. A little too dark skinned chick. I don't even like black people. I'm not black. That big nose ass with his little ass teeth. She might be an Edomite.
But the push, this information has to get brought out because our people are stuck on skin color, right? But they don't know about the lineage. They don't know that certain people go back to certain people.
One thing, all right, now, even with what we talking about right now, you know what? I ain't even gonna say it.
Now,
Because I don't, like, again, I'd rather learn more than to just say 100%, you know what I'm saying? So,
bro, see,
but I do, that, it's common sense. That is common sense, 100%. So,
not according to that lady, it's not.
and what I understand from that too is, it's even evident in certain Caucasians that you can actually see. Like, I don't know. Like, even right now, these two Caucasian ladies that's walking up right now. One is very paler than the other, and for some strange reason, I feel like one is a natural white person, and then the other person is from a different area. Now, what I will say scientifically, and based off of historical events that's happened recently, there is a race of white people that aren't from this earth at all.
Huh?
There is a race of white people.
No, bro, leave the science supposed to call alone, bro.
I ain't even
So you saying you believe in aliens then? Or what they call them, reptilians or something?
They do
No,
exist.
bro, that's not
Well,
true.
look,
No, when
I say this, bro. You gotta realize that media is the platform for the enemy to deceive you.
No,
I've seen glitches in the media where it looked like there was half snake, half human, and you see stuff manifest, and then there's that left hand essence.
I tell you
left
what,
hand essence that has power.
if I could show y'all a piece of footage that was never edited, not one shape or form, that was taken by me,
Listen,
by myself. I took this by myself. It was an actual yellow orb in November of 2017 that was in the sky. It was higher than the altitude. Like, if you was to see it, it would be totally different than it would be.
we believe in what they call UFO.
No, now I'm not saying that like UFOs, I do believe in too. But to say aliens, actual aliens, I can't say 100% I believe that. But I will say that I have seen an unidentified object in the sky blinking. No, it's crazier than that. It was blinking in Morse code, and the reason how I know it was blinking in Morse code is because it disappeared for a little bit and then came back. So there are federal governments that do have hold of technology that make it seem like it's different alien species and stuff like that, but it's really them playing tricks.
Tell them what them are, bro.
So those are the chariots of the angels. You call it essences.
Right.
We call it the angels of the Most High.
Right.
Okay, and so the angels actually, you remember that song, the old Negro spiritual, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot?
Yeah.
They were talking about the UFOs. Coming forth to carry me home, because then they still knew they was Israelites.
Right.
Some of them. And they would
That's
have
crazy.
access to the scriptures, and they would know this is the salvation of Israel.
Right.
Bring us home, take us home from out of this situation.
Hey, I got you. Precept, talking about the chariot. It's the book of Habakkuk. 3 verse, or is it 1?
Where's it at? Somebody
Chariots of us.
Yeah, you know. Somebody already got it?
I got it.
Go ahead, bring it out. I'll bring mine.
This is Zechariah 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe.
Flying robe, right. So there's different, the chariots have different shapes. Sometimes it's a wheel within a wheel,
Right.
Fiery flame, and they were describing things the best way that they could.
Right.
Even when you think about during the time of the Exodus, when they was leaving out of Egypt, right? There was a fire, a pillar of fire by day or by night, and either way, that was referring to a chariot, a so-called spaceship.
Right.
That was giving them light. Because fire was the primary source of light back then, right?
Absolutely.
So there was a pillar of fire to them, but really it was a light. You see? Because what happens when you do a flashlight in the night? You can follow that beam all the way back to the source.
Right.
And it looks like a pillar, kind of, right?
Right,
So
absolutely.
that's what they was describing it the best way they could. And the Lord put that on their spirit too. Talk about it parabolically so that everybody wouldn't be able to receive it.
Habakkuk 3 verse 8. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation. So that Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, though, they call them the old Negro songs. They would sing those songs basically saying, Lord, come deliver us. Hey, when they sing, what is it, Kumbaya? That's saying, come here, Yah. But the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. But they were saying a shortened version saying, Kumbaya, come here, Lord, come here, Yah. Shortened version.
Yeah,
even when you say
hallelujah.
hallelujah,
Right.
that's saying praise Yah. But his true name is Yahweh. But they were saying a shortened version. A lot of people when they say hallelujah, hallelujah, they don't even know they're saying praise Yah. Which they be saying they should say the full name, praise Yahweh.
Right.
I got a precept for you. Acts 1, and I'll just start at verse 8. But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be my witnesses, unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all of Judea and in Samaria and into the uttermost part of the earth. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, or Jesus, which was taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So what did that just describe?
That basically was saying about the chariot that brought him here, right?
Abducted him.
Oh.
As he finished his words, he was caught up into a cloud. The cloud received him. That's code word for the chariot. Beamed him up.
Beamed him up, Scotty.
And they was just looking like,
See, he said it. Beam me up, Scotty.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Right. And they was just standing there like, man, what's that? Hey, the same way you see him come, just leave, the same way he coming back. With the clouds of heaven, with the chariots, with the UFOs. So that picture you had, that was the chariots of the Most High.
And
That's the
crazy,
angels
'cause I
driving
still
those
got-
vehicles, man.
Yeah, I still got the video of that too, man.
Isaiah 66
Still
verse
got it.
15. So we said that's how the Lord gonna return. So the same way he left, he's gonna return on the chariot, right? But this time he coming back full of wrath. Isaiah 66 and 15 it says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
So by fire and by sword, it says, will the Lord plead with all flesh? But that word plead goes into shapat, which means to judge. So he's going to come back and judge all flesh by fire and by the sword. And the sword just means a weapon. So he's coming back with those chariots of destruction on some Independence Day level destruction,
Type
man.
deal, right.
You see? The wicked are going to be disintegrated by those chariots. They can't even, these people can't fight that technology. That's why when you talk about defending yourself, bro, you got the ultimate defense squad in the skies, bro. If the Lord don't want you to be touched, guarantee you ain't being touched, bro. Niggas is getting vaporized, bro.
Yeah. Now I wanna. That's true.
That's a fact. No,
Now,
absolutely.
I want to touch on something because, you know, Esau got a lot of science folks who call. So, okay, you believe in evolution?
Nah, I don't.
Why not?
Because the way they try to spin it is the ways of evolution. I'm gonna just explain it to see if it even is a commonality. But they was basically saying that certain waves of energy would come from far parts of the galaxy, and it would basically change the inner DNA of each person. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so with that being said, that's the only. I think that is what they mix up with evolution. That's not what it's called though. It's something totally different. But evolution doesn't exist.
Well, you know,
They basically trying to say that we blatantly just came from monkeys, and you know what I'm saying. Now we're fully humans.
What is it? Darwinism?
Yeah.
What is it? Then you got hope. What's it? Shalom, bro. They got Johann Blumenbeck that teaches. He's the person that was supposed to be doing the skulls and say this nation is a mongoloid, this nation is this, and that. But that's all bullshit. Now, hey, you got people that believe in mermaids, you know, everything. But then they'll say evolution. They'll go back and say, well, we grew to be monkeys, right? And then she said, what she say? Esau, the monkey, or Neanderthal? Well, shit. Well, why ain't that? Well, what next level did they go to then?
Right.
Why ain't they go to something else? These motherfuckers should be flying around. And if it was in that case, we should have evolved into something else. Why are we still at this? You just go from a certain level to a monkey. And is this the highest level? No, you supposed to continue to evolve.
Right.
And you're supposed to evolve around the atmosphere, as they say.
Right.
As the atmosphere and all that shit change, you're supposed to change.
Right. But the essence is right.
You change according to your conditions of your environment.
Now,
absolutely.
Now there is some truth to that, as far as how the world was, how things was bigger. Like even back then, the things of old, people were bigger in stature. You know, everything was bigger.
Certain creatures that may have existed.
Right,
don't exist
yeah.
now.
Right, because the scriptures tell you that two men had to carry a van of grapes. But now your toddler, your 1-year-old can pick up a van of grapes and just walk around the house.
Yep.
But back then, it said 2 men in the Bible had to carry a van of grapes. So that actually shows you how things were back then. Grapes was big and they was more of a strength. A van of grapes must have been heavy as hell.
Yeah, one little bunch of grapes. They said they had to take a stick.
Yeah.
Had to take a stick and put it in between the stick.
Because if you think about it too, a vineyard where they do like the wineries and stuff like that, the actual vine is literally way like we talking about acres and acres long of vines. That's an actual vine of grapes. But the grapes now that we are given, of course,
GMO.
you know what I'm saying, is not as
GMO.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm trying to get to the point where I'm gonna just read it. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. So the Lord covered everything right there with you got your humans, you know, so-called. You got your people, right? You got your beasts, which is like lions, cows, and cattle, you know, stuff like that. You know, you got your fish. You got your different fishes, whether it's big whales and things like that. Yeah, right, stuff like that. Then you got your birds. You got your different birds. You know, all sorts. It says there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. So now celestial, huh?
He talking about calling police.
He ain't say that.
No, he just did. He said it underneath his breath while he was walking
Oh,
past.
well, he can't. Hey, look. Hey, this ain't the
pass by.
this ain't the 50s no more.
No, I didn't say
gonna
it.
arrest us for reading the Bible?
Don't get riled up. I
Bro, it's
wasn't.
cool. Hey,
No,
look,
look.
we
We
telling
talking to
you.
you.
Yeah,
This ain't
that's
the
a fact.
50s no more. They
Yeah,
don't run shit.
yeah, that's a fact.
They don't run shit. Their world is over. It's through.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that, man. It's through.
Going into slavery, boy.
Hey, that's what bro used to say.
Yeah, you going into slavery,
Boy.
Esau.
Yeah,
Walking
Hey,
with
look,
them
you're
harlots.
not worried about them, bro. And likewise, too, if you're going to congregate, man, let that shit ride.
Hey, because the police, what they say in the world, they vibe with us. Because we not of a contentious spirit. We don't cause ruckus and trouble.
Yeah, that's
they
a
know
fact.
we just come to teach, and that's it.
Right. That's
You know
not
what I'm
it.
saying?
These popos that be right here, they don't fuck with us.
Yeah, no,
came and
he had
defended
just
us.
pulled up and just saw it and pulled right off.
Hey, man,
But
they
what
came
is-
and defended us a couple
What
times.
is he supposed to do? This is your so-called kingdom. This is your so-called world.
Right.
So, bro, he's like 60, 50 something. Bro, he still has that entitlement as he was taught since a child. The world is made for my sake.
Henceforth,
Type of thing.
this is exactly what.
You see?
You know what's crazy? And I hate to say this because I know the brother's been standing here for
Hey
a
man.
while. You know what I'm saying? We all been standing here for a while. But what's crazy about it is 3, 4, or 5 situations just transpired that we have said
Yeah.
up on just reading scriptures. 4 or 5 situations just transpired that showed it in existence. For example, the lady, when she just pulled up, like, well, first I guess it was me. Then the lady, then it was somebody had walked past and was walking too close. You know what I'm saying? Then it was the lady walking up saying all that 666 like devilized type shit. You know what I'm saying? Then this situation just now, like with the police and all that, like that shows that this is the truth.
Because we need both. Both. I'm going to
That's
continue with this.
100%. And then the sun came out, like
First Corinthians
that's crazy.
15 verse 40 says, there are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Now celestial is talking about the angels, the heavenly bodies, and terrestrial is talking about the earthly body, right? But that's the point. So it went into the different flesh. You got your people on earth, you got your different beasts and different other things the Lord created. So when people talk about mermaids, the Bible don't say nothing about mermaids. When people talk about aliens, the Bible don't talk about aliens and these different half man, half beast type of I don't even know what they call it when you like half ox and half
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, man, that's Esau with his
Satyrs.
delusional mind, man. But you even also had, let's be honest, you got a lot of Israelites that created a lot of bullshit too that our people follow today.
Yeah, they created that whole Greek philosophy.
A lot of our people created that madness. Unfortunately, but they
People got
did.
Great imagination.
Great imaginations. So they did create a lot of that madness.
That's misinformation.
Misinformation.
Right.
But when it's passed down from decades and generations, you guys, a lot of it is still being taught today.
Right.
So it's what? It's passed on. As what? Knowledge. You see? Like, so
And then too, you could also kind of see, like, of course, we don't get all into like, I don't know what human flesh look like, but you can tell what the flesh of a beast. You seen red meat, you seen beef. You know what I'm saying? Hey, when you open up a fish, the meat is different from a chicken.
Yeah.
You know, so you it just wasn't set up for them to get blended. Those things don't blend. When you cook salmon, it gets all flaky. You cook chicken, it's still kind of tough. It strips a certain weight. Beef is different from that, and so on and so forth. There's different types of flesh, man. You know, on a carnal, observable level.
and even see, she didn't believe in the Bible, so she really came up here for. No, she came. You got Matthew 13?
demons on
Because
it.
it came up here. That was for you.
Yeah.
That wasn't for us.
Right.
She came up here for you.
passed your first test.
Somebody get
That's
it.
crazy.
Somebody, you know
Most
what
brothers
I'm
would have
talking
left at that point,
about?
bro.
When it's
We
talking
seen
about,
it, bro.
yeah, we seen it.
You passed your test on for that part.
Because like she talking about what she say talking about Abraham and all that. She jumped the whole story.
The winds
Oh,
of doctrine.
Huh?
Talking about the winds of doctrine.
No, not that one. Yeah, she was definitely with that. But I'm talking about she jumped the whole storyline. She started talking about Abraham and all them. She skipped Noah.
Yeah.
She skipped Noah.
Well, no, she said Noah came after Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, she skipped the whole.
That was right after Sodom and Gomorrah. So how did Abraham meet Sarah?
But it's like, hold on, what are you talking about? Everybody came through the Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So Abraham and them wasn't even thought of yet. She jumped, she holds it, but she don't know what she's talking about. But
Like she said, she was going off of what came up on her Facebook. Those algorithms I was talking about. Yeah, that's a fact, man.
You start clicking on one of those.
It start a whole bunch of
Little
recommendations.
conspiracy
bro.
theory. Next thing you know, you believe in
Can't believe everything you read,
reptilians.
though.
or whatever she said.
Yeah.
They came down and spliced the DNA of monkeys and.
Oh no, she was talking about that the Anunnaki.
Okay,
Yeah, all that stuff.
It's all it's all type of blended up.
Yeah,
Yakub with the big head. He created Edomites in the laboratory. Everybody got time for that, man. The race of Esau came from so-called black woman, man, and a black man. Okay,
man,
it
that's
was
so
a twin
good.
brother to us, and that's why they are arch enemies.
That's insane.
read yours, bro, because we gotta go through the parable with the parable of the seed and sower. Ain't that what that is, right? Yeah, okay, the brother got it. Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew 13. It says,
Because we want to show you what she came up for you. And why am I saying that through the Spirit? Because when this brother came, a demon came. This brother came, a demon came. This brother came, a demon came. This might have been, was this your first demon? No, first demon that came up when you came around. Did a demon come?
No, I think this is his first
third
too.
time. My third time coming.
No, I'm talking about,
we're talking about with somebody.
like when he first came to learn, somebody came.
Nobody came when I first came.
Okay.
That little dude.
Hey, shalom, sister, shalom.
First time seeing that.
You know,
Yeah, that was my first time seeing you.
okay, well, that's his first one too. But when these three brothers came, and we got more examples, when they came up and tried to listen and get the word, demon came.
That's
You
crazy.
did what she do. It was, I already knew when I see her. I said it's on.
No, he pulled up like it was
down
court
there and
time.
turned around.
Now, I gotta say, forgive that woman because when she came with her Bible, I thought she was about to be on the bullshit.
Yeah, she was looking at your phone.
But
She was too.
but
Yeah.
I was like, hold on.
I knew it was about to be on.
yeah.
But when she cut it off and said no, what should she say? She said,
I'm an Israelite. I'm from Panama.
There you
Yeah.
go. When she said that, it was the shutdown and see. Shut up. You don't need to talk to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because history matters.
That's beautiful that the Lord sent her
Yeah.
to
Hey.
be solidified.
Hey,
Hey, Shalom!
Shalom.
Hey, Barakatah!
Barakatah, yeah. Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatah said, hey, man, a sister from what? Panama, right? Came up here, man. And solidified. And what she say? Had her scripture and solidified. And with the demon going crazy, what she said? No, I'm Israelite.
And that's wild.
What you talking about? I'm
A lot of
Israelite.
people don't read the Bible. They don't take the time to read the Bible.
But whoa, he kept talking about what? Unity. What did she say about unity? Reason why they can't unify because of what?
They don't read the Bible.
Right.
Now, she
She
was
wasn't
right, but what she was a little off because what she don't understand is everybody won't receive it that way. But she was right to a point where the unity was started. If you pick up
Through
the
the
scriptures.
scriptures.
And what's so crazy about it too, the one who was with the misinformation was on the left side, and the one who was
Your
with
left.
the truth was on
She
the
was
right
on the
side.
right.
That's
Hey, man,
crazy.
that's funny.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Woo,
That's how the Lord be setting things up meticulously.
Yeah,
That's beautiful that you even made that correlation.
That's
The
wild.
left hand wicked energy and the right hand righteous energy, man.
That's crazy.
Allah, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man.
That's
Yeah, I got this for that.
Spirit.
This is the book of Ephesians 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. See, so we're dealing with forces, spiritual wickedness in high places. See, there's a lot of powers that be against us. There's a lot of enchantments that be against us. You see? A lot of different spirits that's what? Conjured up with different witches and warlocks. Because that shit do exist. People are, oh, no,
Very,
no.
yeah.
Left hand wickedness do exist. There's really people, there's a lot of voodoo. That exists. You see? That's just wicked Israelites doing
They got our people
witchcraft. Our people be all, what is it, who else? Simeon was the Dominicans. They get into a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? The Issachar got the ones, what is it, the dead, what is it,
Day of the
dead?
Dead.
De la muerte.
Yeah, that shit is real. But what we're saying is, when you start to get into this, those spiritual forces are going to come against you and try to attack you more. Why? Because they see you trying to do the right thing. They see you on a different path.
It's a scripture that I'm trying to think
He's not with us no more. You know, he's not with us. He's trying to do the right thing, so let's try to pull him back to the left. You see? So there's spiritual wickedness in high places, and like the brother says, for you to see that, oh, she was on my right, she was on my left. I didn't pick it until you said it, and I was like, oh
That's
shit.
crazy, yo.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is just showing you constantly these things, and that's why I try to keep you on task and on point. Like, bro, pay attention.
Yeah.
She trying to sift you. Pay attention.
Oh, you
And
gonna
I'm
be
just
touched.
like, what she said was like, okay, it makes sense. It may make sense to you because a lot of things you don't know. When you read,
No,
so
you're
like
right.
when you just hear things, you be like, okay, that might make sense. But like the brother was going into about the filter. If Jesus come up here and say, eating pork is healthy food. If you don't know, a person would be like, oh really? If they
Well,
don't-
doctors do say that.
Doctors do say that? Or what they say, it's on TV, it's a delicacy, so I'm assuming it's good for you. But we go back and tell you through the Bible, oh, it's bad for you. Oh, not just, and this, we go here first, but then we can go scientifically, so people like to go to science. It tells you that those items, those bottom feeders are not good for you. They're crustaceans. Their job is to do is what? Clean,
Filter, clean the environment.
Clean the earth.
A lot of the stuff that the Most High say don't eat, they clean up the refuse. Pigs eat. They're pretty much farm garbage cans.
Yeah.
Right.
And then those other little crustaceans and stuff, and catfish,
Yeah,
they
catfish.
clean up the water.
Pigs ain't wicked. Catfish ain't wicked. They're just doing their job.
Right.
And the Lord says, don't eat this because I got them doing a job of cleaning the earth. I don't need you doing that.
Brings a whole new definition of
Not fit for your consumption.
yeah, I like eating that shit, literally.
Yeah.
That's what that
Because
is.
Yeah.
it's full of shit.
Yeah, motherfuckers be eating that shit, literally.
So on you, bro. Now we about to go into the situation of what happened to you a little bit more.
This is Matthew 13. The same day when Yahushua with Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they were withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold.
So let's get down to the breakdown of each one. When Yahushua breaks down each one of them, this is later on down in the chapter. He said this is what it's going to say. This is the parable.
It's gonna go down when you read down. It's gonna go.
He breaks them all down, yeah.
You can just read down, bro.
Read down?
No, you can read through the whole thing. Cause,
Oh, okay.
cause read through the whole thing, bro.
They're starting at
Salakia.
You start where you left off.
Cause you gotta listen. What he's reading is a parable, right?
This is verse 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear.
That's one. Here's the ear. Who have ears to hear, let them hear. Meaning, we all got ears. So what does that mean? He who have the understanding, let them understand.
Right.
You see, because you can hear anything, but
Right.
if you don't understand it, it don't profit you. Yep. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Why you speaking to these people? Remember, he's talking to a multitude. Why you talk, Lord? Why you talking to these people in a mystery? Why you talking to these people in a code? Why you doing that? Go ahead.
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Read it again.
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
All those people were there, and he told the disciples, "Hey, these mysteries is given to you. All these people, they ain't given to." Same with them. These mysteries, like we were saying, it ain't for everybody. That spiritual block on the eyes, that spiritual block on the ears, same thing now.
You know what? That's what that feeling is. Like, it's breaking. Like it's like a yeah.
I was feeling that what you wanted to say was like pressure was being relieved. Is it like pressure's being relieved? Oh, Shalom, you gone?
Man.
Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, it was like every single time I feel something, or it's like I feel an essence break. It's like something breaks.
Yeah.
And then I start feeling like, oh, dang, this is, like I feel mad different now. Like before, earlier, and then until now, like, and I felt it like 12 times. I don't know what that means. Like 12, 13, 14 times, I don't know.
You said it was a pressure like on you?
Yeah, it was like a pressure in like my chest near the heart. And it's like it felt like something breaking. I don't know. Like something was like a seal was just lifted or something. I don't know.
Beautiful, man.
It's crazy.
He said it though. Breaking them strongholds, breaking them chains.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's beautiful though through the spirit, man.
And the Lord definitely
these
put
words are powerful. Powerful, man. As a matter of fact, the scripture say the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing asunder. We might have to just go ahead and get this a lot of now. Yeah, getting something.
Right, go ahead, bro.
Verse 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have no more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand.
Right, they see, but they see not. They looking,
right.
They just see it, but they don't really see what's the whole message. They hear, but they're not really listening. They don't understand the whole message. People go, person can agree with you all day. Yup. But they don't really understand.
In one ear, not the other.
And yeah. Go ahead.
I got the Hebrew for you.
I got the precept too. That's 4:12.
Going on into verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Esaias, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them.
That's why there's a spiritual block on our people. Why? So they can't convert. So they can't come back. Convert means to come back. So the Lord basically says what? Y'all cut off.
That shit is crazy.
I don't want you to convert to be healed. Because if I want you to get this, I'm gonna give you the spiritual ears and spiritual eyes to see and spiritual ears to hear. But I blocked you because I don't want you to get this, because I ultimately want you to be with the devil as a 2/3. Don't be born again in the kingdom, but their judgment is set. I understand a lot of these people, I don't know if you know about the story about the Lord, but a lot of these people was the same people that said what?
Said, let their blood be upon us and upon our children.
That
let
was
the blood of the Messiah, and we take that fully upon us. Kill him. I'm going to say that nigga, he's not a nigga. But kill him, and let that blood be upon us for the rest of our generation.
Right.
We don't care.
Release Barabbas, which was a known murderer and a thief.
Wow.
But they said, no, crucify the Lord.
Yep.
And they said, let's take it upon ourselves.
Yep.
Put it on our children. Hey, guess they all heard today.
And the Lord had them do that too, man. The Lord had them do that, to say that, and we want that blood upon us. Just so they could be, they marked.
Yep, marked. Go ahead.
Verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears for they hear.
Yeah, so hey, for those people that could understand, that's a blessing.
Right, yeah.
You can't, brothers, we didn't try to make people get it. You can't do that. If it's going back to the will of the Heavenly Father again. If he wants you to get it, you gonna get it somehow, some way. But if he don't, you're never gonna get it. No matter, you can change somebody up, read the Bible to them every day, beat the Bible into their head, they not gonna get it. It wasn't said. You can't.
Preordained.
Huh?
Like
preordained.
Facts, man.
You can't alter it. You can't alter that person's mind when the Lord already got it set up like that.
It's amazing. The more we talk about this, the more that sun come out.
Oh no.
Hey man, you good. Hey man, you'll frustrate yourself before you make somebody that the Lord have not chosen understand these scriptures.
Right.
You'll be frustrated. So go ahead and read that too.
I got
We wait. We'll finish off with that.
Verse 17. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart.
Slocky. Read over.
That's the one.
Read over.
Verse 17.
Listen to.
For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Right.
Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside.
That's the person that received the seed by the wayside. So here comes somebody, right? You might not even understand things all the way, and they come talking that gibberish you just did, right? And you like, oh, you sound right.
Yep. That's the thing that we'll see a lot of times is it's a test that's happening, which the most I know whether you're gonna pass or fail anyway.
Yeah.
But to see if you're gonna waver and let that just came out of your heart come right on back in. You see, if you're gonna let that bullshit creep back in, or is you gonna hold on to what you just got? And that's that spiritual battle that just happened when all that confusion was just going on.
That's fucking
Go ahead, bro.
And you still here?
And when you leave, don't let this be in vain. Man.
Oh no,
Yeah.
This is where it's at.
That was more than proof. That was way more than proof. Like, that's evidence.
Verse 20.
Yo.
But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it.
Right.
Yet he hath not root in himself, but dureth for a while.
Right.
For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended.
So this is a person that, right, they in this thing for a while, they endure. But then persecution comes. Then affliction might come. Trouble your way. Your boss might see you out teaching. You get fired. Right? So then in your mind, you're like, well, damn. See, that book of the Bible, right? This has become a problem. And this is a burden. This didn't help me. So then you start being offended. Right?
That's why I said he didn't have no root.
No root.
Because when you get a depth of understanding, you understand that persecution comes as a part of this job. Part of this is the persecution that's going to happen because you're going against the whole world.
Yep.
That's facts,
so that's what's going to come. You can prepare thy soul for temptation, is what the scriptures say. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So those are the people that wasn't prepared.
It was no. Yup. There you go. They wasn't prepared. They didn't count the cost.
Hey, remember that parable we brought out about the foundation?
Yeah.
They didn't have that strong foundation.
Right.
When everything started coming and raining down and pouring and blowing, and their house crumbled.
Yeah, there you go.
Their house crumbled and fell because
Or
it
they-
wasn't rooted.
It's like, or they did have a foundation and it wasn't Yahweh Shai.
Ooh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
They covered, or what does it say? That wall that was daubed with untimbered mortar.
Timber mortar.
Untimbered. It hasn't been proven. It hasn't standed the test to see that it's a steady foundation.
Yeah.
And so when the persecution arose, it just burned up.
Yeah.
Gotta shift it out.
You gotta count the cost in this thing. And like we tell brothers all the time, like our teachers told us, coming through this thing, you're putting everything on the line. You able to lose your woman, you able to lose your children, you able to lose your parents, so to speak.
You're alienated from your family.
Being alienated from your family, you lose your job. So you gotta count the cost, all that. You gotta be able to forsake all that to say, you know what? I'm willing to lose all that for this.
Right.
You gotta count the cost. Because it may happen. It may happen. So you just want to have that in your mind.
That is, yo.
But a lot of people don't count the cost. Hey, this is serious, man. This is a serious thing right here. You see? And it's a spiritual battle.
Yeah.
And it's a big one too.
It's a big one too.
Hey, this is the battle.
The battle.
Yeah.
This is the battle. Yeah.
Facts.
This is the single most important thing, the most important knowledge you can receive.
Yep.
Which kind of brings us full circle to where we started, where it
That's-
might have seemed like I was trying to be like, no, man, you don't know what I was just being like, bro, this is everything you need, bro. Everything you need.
Real,
No, for real, man.
You see what I mean? So that's all it is, man. This thing is the greatest treasure that you could ever expect or hope to even find. And when you find it, you look at it, you get an appraisal of it.
They sell everything that he had.
Yeah, he sold everything and he bought that field. Why did he? So the kingdom of heaven is likened to a man that found treasure in a field. Okay, which when he findeth it, he sell everything that he has and he buys that field. So why do you buy that field that you found that piece of treasure in? So that's my field now. If it's no treasure in there, I'm gonna find it first.
That's a fact.
And I got a claim to that. You see what I mean? So likewise, and of course now we have things we still gotta maintain, have families and whatever the case might be. But this is the most important thing. Keep up with your responsibilities. But really, not even in the back of your mind, in the front of your mind is this.
Absolutely.
You see what I mean? So yeah, that's basically it.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 22. He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
Right. This is a person that heard the word, right? But the things of the world took him out. You see? Things of the world. It could be money. It could be women. You know, he might want to put his time into music or college. And we seen all this happen amongst us just teaching each other. You know, people just said, you know what? I need my college scholarship.
Can't do this no more.
So I can't do this. What college sports going out?
They at home.
They at home.
They can't do nothing.
Ain't no
nothing.
Ain't no college games. Or
Ain't no
nothing
college
like that.
games. Nothing.
So what you give up? What you give it up for?
What you give it up for?
Hey, in them different sports arenas, they gonna never be the same.
Never.
The NBA struggling now to try to find out how to work it out.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Never gonna be the same.
So
You ain't even made it to the NBA yet, and you done gave up the truth for it.
yeah, so the cares of this world, hey, a lot of things, man.
And that's everything coming to light right now. Like everything that people thought was going to be able to still keep going on. Like even with this situation going on, you know what I'm saying? All these women that's unlawfully married and, well, ain't even married, you know what I'm saying? Ain't even on no type time. You know what I'm saying? Every time these people get around each other and start drinking and doing all that crazy stuff, next thing you know, this corona shit start going up in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Go ahead, bro. I'm going to switch the topic. Go ahead.
Verse 23. But he that received seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bringeth forth some in 100-fold, some 60, some 30.
Yeah, see, so you want to be that seed. You want to be that seed that's sown on good ground. You want to be that seed that rooted, the seed that becomes that plant.
Right.
Rooted plant that grows up and that's bringing forth abundantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of plants, I know some plants, they grow and they got seeds in it, and it drops other seeds and then other plants grow. That's how you want to be. So when it says what, some 30 or
some 100-fold, some 60, some 30.
some 100, some 60, some 30. So hey, you might, a brother might be out there speaking one day teaching, and if he's of that good stock, so to speak, right? People are going to come in. Might be 2 people, might be 3 brothers, might be 4. It just depends how the Lord wants it to be.
Right.
And it might be And we got some brothers camps like Chicago. Over 100 brothers out there in the teaching in that camp. Remember Chicago, a big city too.
That's a fact.
But they got so many camps where they got to split the camps up because there's too many of them on one block.
Right.
But then sometimes you see it, bro. They be having a whole conflict. It's beautiful because you see all the brothers going back to what? Coming together in unity.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
under this foundation.
Right.
So there is a unity. When you talk about there is a unity, there is a unity that you want to be a part of. But we're telling you, this is the unity right here, bro.
Right.
We a unit.
Absolutely.
We move as one. We one band, one sound. So there is unity. We're just saying, which one are you looking for? Because we're telling you, this is up Yahweh Shem Shah. This is already founded. What it said, the chief cornerstone, Yahweh Shah. So that's our foundation. But the other foundation, what I kept telling you about, is not gonna last. Is that's not the unity you want to be with. You know? I think that's it on that, huh? Oh yeah, that's it on that.
I'm
That's
gonna
it.
be honest, like after everything that just transpired, it makes only the right sense to be part of this. It only makes sense. Like, if anyone was to come up here and go through what just transpired, with all of the brothers standing right here, and then just be like, nah, I'm still going, still gonna go get my little pizza from Domino's with all the pork I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would be a fool. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you would be a fool, bro. Like, nah, man. Like, nah.
You gotta be happy that you was given the eyes to be able to even perceive
No, for real.
the spirituality behind everything that occurred, man.
Remain humble.
And that's a beautiful gift that was given to you, to be able to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. Oh man, you know how amazing that is?
Yes.
Many prophets and wise men have desired to see what you hear and have not, like the brother read, man.
Romans 14 verse 5, one man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. You see? So all we doing is teaching, brother. But you, at the end of the day, you gotta be fully persuaded in your own mind, like, this is it. This is what I wanna put. You know what I'm saying? It can't be nobody like forcing you, like, oh, do this, come on, brother. Hey, we ain't forcing no river over here. But the spirit is what is gonna do all the leading. Say, pull them in. It's not like that, like the current. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, let me just jump in that river, it ain't doing nothing. Don't know, and under that top layer, current moving.
Right.
So this is how this is.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It can either swallow you up a good way or bad, huh?
I got a quick one.
Go ahead.
It's, Matthew 22 and 14. For many are called, but few are chosen.
Oh man.
Word.
Here you go. So many are called into this thing, right? But only a few are chosen.
Right.
You see? So we're trying to be of the hope for elect. You got a lot of people are called, and bestowed knowledge, but the Lord can take it from you. He can take everything that you knew from you and bug you out.
Good.
We seen it. We seen numerous cases of, oh my, hey bro, that we don't, man, look, hey.
And that's a good point to bring out, because even in that parable it talks about the one that grew up and then the weeds choked it out, basically because of the cares of this life, choked them out and they became unprofitable. We got to remember, we're fighting for a chance to be a part of the elect, be a part of the first group that goes up into the heavens and reigns with the Messiah and enjoys the new earth first. You see, because everybody else gonna have to be reborn back into the kingdom. You see, so you gotta treat it like that. It's like the ultimate job interview. So you see, the ultimate position, and you are in a candidacy run, a vetting process to see if you make it and are accepted and approved.
And we're auditioning. We're auditioning for what? For kingship.
That's right.
You see, people say king this, king that, but you be like, well, what discipline do you have as a king? What instructions do you have as a king? They just say, well, I'm a king. Well, okay, so what order do you? How do you establish order?
Right and wrong?
Because we talk about, we can create black growth as a nation. Let's say we do that, right? Where's going to be the instructions? What guidelines are people going to have? They still going to go running black week. No order. Straight lawlessness. Niggas still going to rob them black businesses and do all this type of madness because there won't be no order. They wouldn't set nothing up. So you got to have an order. You got to have rules.
One thing that we all agree on a set of things that govern us that we all agree on. And we all gotta follow it, and there's gotta be punishments if we don't follow it.
Gotta be
Or it
punishment.
ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
Ain't gonna work.
It's facts, man.
And it's already set up for us. You ain't gotta go try to sit down with a chalkboard. Well, see, this law wouldn't be good because if you do this, then this gonna happen. No, the Lord already gave it to. This is how you live to have everything go good on the planet Earth. Now, there's things in our captivity we can't do. You see, right now, but this is still the guidelines. This is still what we desire to have implemented in the planet Earth, whether or not we can do all those things right now out of wisdom. You can't go and execute the punishment that's supposed to be had for homosexuality. Because that'll get you an elbow, like the bro said.
Right.
That'll get you a bid. So, no, you don't do that. You say, well, I'm going to let that ride. I ain't stupid.
It's so
But
crazy.
I don't like that because the Lord says he don't like that. And so that's my mind towards it because I'm trying to be in accordance with this. So that's how you roll with it.
Right.
2 Timothy 3 verse 16. All scripture is given by the inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of the Most High may be perfect, truly furnished into all good works.
That's it. So this is how you perfect yourself. Just paraphrasing. How can a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto unto thy word. So that's how you cleanse yourself. Just like we ate. And that's another example. Didn't we just say that? Didn't I just mention
That's crazy. Yo, no, because it keep happening. Like, standing
that's
over
the
here,
Lord.
this shit keep happening. Like, at first, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like,
Close out with Hebrews 4 then.
that's crazy, fam.
Can I read this quick precept?
Yeah, go ahead.
James 2:26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. So basically, you can't just speak with your mouth and say you got faith in His word. You gotta.
That's
you
a
gotta,
fact. You
From
gotta
this
show
point
it.
on, from
You
this
gotta
point
show
on.
You gotta show. You gotta show.
That's a
Hey,
fact.
like a woman say, if you love me, show me.
Actions
So
speak
you
louder
gotta-
than words.
There you go. So you gotta show
Right.
the Lord that, hey, Lord, I'm willing to forsake everything for you. I'm willing to put down this old wicked bad habit for you. Just like I said, I was slanging. I said, Lord, you give me a job, I'm done. Got me a job. I had to keep my word. I said, this last pack is off, it's over. That last pack went off, it was over. I kept my word. Because what? He gave me a job. He said, oh, this is what you asked for? Oh, you going? All right, got you.
Right.
It was part-time, but it was cool, though.
That's so crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But he got me a way to get out of something I wanted to get out of. To really bring me closer to him. That was the whole point.
I got the Hebrews 4. Hebrews 4:12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
That's right. So the word of the Lord is quick and powerful, man. And it'll reveal your intentions. It'll cut you in half if it needs to. Hey, the word of the Lord will cut everything you believe down the middle just to build you back up the right way. You know? So when you was talking about those things that feel like they was breaking off your heart,
right, yeah.
the word was doing that, man. And hey, man, I hope you understand, and I feel like you do, how powerful and how thankful we all need to be that happened to us.
Yeah.
That the Lord allowed those things to come off of us so that we can repent. I even saw you tear something up, whatever you tore up. Good.
It was a black.
I figured it was something. We didn't say nothing about that.
I seen it.
But the Spirit hopped on you. But the Spirit hopped on you to go over there and you know what? I've got a feeling I don't need this.
Yeah.
You don't, bro, and that's good.
That's a fact.
That's good, bro. That's a sin. But the Lord put that on your spirit. There's a lot of stuff we didn't have to say to you. That you was just saying. I'm like, bro, you pull that up right now.
That's crazy.
You quoting scriptures. Do you see why the bro asked you, do you read the Bible at home? It's because you was already quoting them scriptures.
And it's not gonna be an overnight thing.
Right.
We men, you gonna struggle with shit. We all continue. It's gonna happen. You're gonna struggle. Hey, it tells you about let's say a righteous man falleth 7 times.
Just man falleth
Just
7
man falls
times.
7 times, but he get back up. You gotta keep back up and keep pushing. You might fall, you might mess up. Don't let your sins weigh you down. You gotta say, you know what, Lord, when you wake up in the morning, do your prayers, whatever, how can I be a better servant unto you today? Can I stop doing this? I say if you, I don't promote smoking, but say if you smoke 4 cigarettes a day or something, say, Lord, you drop it to 2, trying to stop. Like you winging yourself off.
Right.
2, then it go to 1, then it go to half a cigarette. It depends.
Right.
Some brothers can go cold turkey.
Right.
There's certain things you just like chop. There's
I got
there's other things you just be like, it just be holding you, and you just be like, taking that time. You know what I'm saying? But
So everybody's walk is different.
we in the flesh. But this is the battle. You're going to have that battle.
And seeing your battle was a little more unique, y'all say a little bit to me than most. That lady was bugged the hell out.
Oh my God.
You had people walking by. It seemed like the first dude with the mask on probably looked at you crazy.
Yeah.
You was eyeballing him like, nigga, who you looking at? Then somebody walked right next to me and you was looking like, nigga, it made me run up on you. And then that lady came. So, hey, man, they really gonna be trying to get you when you leave.
Oh,
but just stay focused,
Yeah.
man.
Try to learn to let stuff go, man.
Most
don't,
definitely.
Don't act on it.
I was just about to ask, is there like a way I could get like the Bible to take home? I think they got. Well, I'm at a shelter right now.
I don't know if the
Yeah,
library's
I
open.
really want to say nothing about it.
Hey, bro. The Lord and lift. Hey, he can get rid. Man, I can be a test too.
Yeah,
All could be a test.
it is. It's
You got
crazy,
you there
man.
for a reason, you know.
You got a phone, right?
Yeah, most
You
definitely.
can pull up the Bible app on your phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just to start you up. Because I would give you mine, but I'm missing like pages and you know what I'm saying?
Word.
But get show
1611
1611 King James and subscribe them to the page. Give us
You got service and stuff so you can watch videos?
Oh, well, let's close out.
Yeah.
I got Baruch 4 real quick.
Is this it?
Read that, bro.
This
Go ahead, bro.
This Baruch 4 and verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being turned, seek him 10 times more.
Read it again one more time, bro.
Baruch 4 and 28.
Yeah.
For as it was your mind to go astray from
Right,
the Most
it
High,
was your mind to go to astray from the Most High because we was lost. See, well now what we are says we are enlightened, so to speak. Oh, we was in darkness, but we got called to the marvelous light. Go ahead.
so being turned, seek him 10 times more.
So being turned back into the Most High, seek him 10 times more. So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Just like a bad shorty, you know what I'm saying? You see, first date, man, I can't wait to see her again, man. Ooh, when we going back out?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to make them dates with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And how you have them dates with the Lord? Might watch a video, you might read a few scriptures. That's your time, like, okay, hey, see, he added the book of the Lord to read. See, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using it as a parabolic, like a date, but you know what I'm saying? That's how you get closer to the Lord.
Scripture say the
salvation.
Scripture say talk about the wife of your youth and being ravished with her bosom. This is like your woman.
Yeah, how you get closer to the Lord. That's how you get close to a woman. Hey, when you first meet her, y'all gotta go on all these dates and all this weird shit you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta sit on the porch, it's cold. You gotta hug up one on the porch, just walking.
You know what you think about as a man the whole time.
Yeah, you know what you think.
You know what you think about. You ain't all into that, man.
Yeah, man. But
hey, the relationship don't start for the man till they get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's when I'm like, hey, I like you. I like you. You know, being real with it. But you know what? Yeah. Hey, we gonna go ahead and close out.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Give all honor, glory, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.